Internet, hello and welcome to OKLCS Spring 2018 Platinum Capped Week 5. I'm Alex Agent A22, and I'm joined today by David Cossack for the first few games of Platinum Cat today. Say hello.
Hi everybody, I'm glad to be making my debut here.
Yep. He plays with the OU team. Not this week though. Not this week.
Not this week, we had a scheduling conflict.
Right. But in any case, we are going to get into our first game of Platinum Capped of the day, and according to the schedule, that will be Death Cap for Cutie versus Sky Fate. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into it. Let's take a look. See, Sky Fate coming into this series at a 1-3 record. Death Cap for Cutie at a little bit higher up at 2-2. Both of them looking to move up in the standings. It is, of course, Sky Fate on the blue side up against Deathcat for Cutie on the red side.
And looks like we've got just standard early counter-invade strategies coming in.
They might run into you. Well, no. They're going to be ships in the night today.
Counter-invading.
Deathcat for Cutie coming in through the try. Sky Fate wrapping around the blue buff, maybe trying to see if they just go for the lazy start, but Deathcat for Cutie looking for the red buff invade. Might see if they run into each other on the way out.
It's like Sky Fate's not finding anything. They're just going to be satisfied with taking that blue buff there, but Deathcap for Cutie doesn't seem as content.
Yeah, they are really looking. I think they realize what's happened, that they've passed each other, and they're waiting to see if they'll catch someone on the way back in. Now everybody knows where the other team was. Now Shirani is going to take the death sentence at the first tug. He flashes away. Dr. Sigiwiki, the flash counter-strike, and Hoenn will pick up first blood. Now Proshistance a little bit out of position. He's got to run all the way up here. Junior Sigiwiki trying to come around. Winds of War going to do some damage, but Parallelogram here to back up his ADC. But the Death Sentence will land yet again. He follows through, but there's no Flay at level 1. The Goosey coming forward, just going to get some auto attacks and the Arcane Comet, but it will end up being a 1-0 in favor of Sky Fate.
Now, I don't play a lot at the higher levels here, but that looked very, very active for a 1.5 minute fight. Usually it's just a couple of flashes and everyone's gone, but
people, when they play at this level of play, or not this level, but rather this coordination, in general, they'll be like, oh, I'm going to take Death Sentence level 1, guys. Let's kill X person, that's who I'm going to hit with it. So they can coordinate their target focus and possibly kill someone, even through the flashes. That was 3 flashes burned on the side of Deathcat for Cutie, as well as giving up first blood. Parallelogram doesn't have the range for the hook shot, so a little bit of botched level 2 power spike for him. We'll go ahead and, now that we have a little bit of calm, we'll go ahead and go through the picks and bans. Zac, Azir, and Ivern taken away by Sky Fate in the first rotation of bans. But meanwhile, Parallelogram going to jump onto Junior Sigiwiki. He flashes back in as Parallelogram will auto him down for the kill, but dies to the tower, 1-for-1 in the top lane.
I've seen worse. I'll put it that way. I've seen worse, but, you know, that could have gone better for him. He missed his auto attack, just wasn't quite in range for it, and did not end up the way that he was hoping.
On the other side, Deathcat for Cutie in their first rotation banned away Tom, Ken, Shen, and Tarek. So 3 pseudo-support bans. Shen can kind of go in both areas, but meanwhile, Hoenn is going to look for a gank, but the hookshot will ensure Parallelogram's safety. And then in the second rotation of bans, Sky Fate, they ban away 2 ADCs, Varus and Tristana away from Pro Shiznitz. Speaking of Pro Shiznitz, gets caught by the Deadly Flourish. And then Deathcat for Cutie will ban away 2 junglers, Sejuani and Skarner. Skarner seeing a lot more of the prominence in the jungle now after a few of those buffs. A few nerfs to the more dominant junglers on some of the recent patches.
It really looks like, at least in the bot lane, Deathcat for Cutie came out on top. Jhin is really not good right now, especially against, what, 2.5 tanks on Deathcap, so...
It kind of depends. There's not really a true tank. You know, Jarvan builds tanky, Camille will build tanky, but they're really more bruiser-oriented than anything. They're not like a tank like a Sejuani or like a Maokai. And of course, Galio in more recent days has seen that more AP-heavy build. Just build AP and one-shot somebody. We saw that a lot yesterday. XYZV is playing onto the Katarina, looking for skill matchup. Kawaii Sheep will just get a fully charged Shield of Durant taunt onto him. Junior Siggy goes aggressive on Parallelogram is because Hoenn is here. Interrupts the hook shot. He's going to get the stun with the Counter-Strike. Parallelogram, no flash, will go down. Junior Siggy gets a kill off of a gank from Sky Fate. So that's kind of a good situation, you know. We talked about this yesterday, but when you have a lane that's as snowbally as the Riven lane, especially against another bruiser like Camille, that's where you want to pay your attention, and Hoenn understands that. Gets a second kill onto Junior Siggy's Riven.
It's like Owen?
I've been calling him Hoenn. I don't really know how it's pronounced, to be honest with you.
It's like Hoenn's gonna be... Oh, well.
Hangs around the mid lane, but was spotted out on a ward, so nothing to be done there. Hawaii Sheep just hangs back a little bit.
Now, Goosey and Dr. Siggy, we spend some time around blue buff and mid lane. They're still coming back at a CS advantage, so...
Yeah, very slight. If Pro Shiznitz can pick up all three of those minions that are about to that are like already there, they'll be only 1 CS down overall. Dark Binding gonna land. Flame Chompers will be chained in as well as the Zap, but that's all they're gonna get. They can't really move forward for risk of getting CC'd.
We are seeing those early kills come to a 1,000 gold lead.
Sky Fate
Yep. So far, but otherwise it's been a pretty uneventful game. 2 clean ganks and a failed tower dive.
Deathcap for QD at the very least, they do have a slight scaling advantage, but only Parallelogram doesn't die here. He's going to be able to hookshot out, trying to use that control ward as bait where Sky Fate. Hoenn is spending a lot of time in this top side of the map, really not paid any attention to Deathcap for QD's bottom lane, but granted, they have been shoved in pretty hard. Dr. Siggy gonna come through, gonna be found by Soapy on the way through. Kawaii Sheep trying to back up his jungler, but did have XYZVs, but they see the support in the mid lane and they go aggressive on Goosey, force the flash immediately, but that was Shirani's flash traded away for it. Deadly Flourish will turn back some damage. But now Goosey has that target on his back, the immobile ADC Jhin with no flash. Will be a big target for Soapy to come around for Deathcap for Cutie.
Miss 2, maybe 3 CS here. It's unfortunate bouncing grenade came in. But he's still playing this really safe, considering that his support has been out of lane for almost a minute and a half now.
Dr. Siggy does come back with the mobility. Well, ever so slight of scaling advantages in my view on the side of Deathcap for Cutie, just because with a heavy damage Galio build, it's a lot easier to put out a lot of damage with your ultimate and with the War. And there's more CC on their side as well. But from the mid lane, that is. Kawaii Sheep going to be offering Taunt, the knock-up, and his ultimate, while XYZV is really just offering damage. And then, of course, Jinx is going to be one of the hyper-scaling ADCs on the current patch, whereas Jhin really very quickly stops being relevant when fighting up against tankier targets. Flash deaths and sidestep by Pro Shiznitz. Really forced play by Dr. Siggy. The curtain call is even invested down now, but Pro Shiznitz is able to just happily sidestep, pick up the wave under tower as Shirani throws to the Dark Binding out, but he will get caught by the Deadly Flourish. He's gonna take some damage from Goosey, but Goosey out of mana, and meanwhile, Parallelogram in the top lane going aggressive onto Junior Siggy. Black Shield expires, that's and sidestep to Shirani lands another Dark Binding, and Soapy is in the area, so they might continue to go for this one if they can get a force off. Shirani looking for yet another Dark Binding. We'll see if he can land on Nagusi, but the Dark Passage will get him out to safety.
Looks like Soapy's Katarina down in red jungle, but nothing's going to come of it. It's Dr. Siggy into block that action. Just going to return to standard lanes for now. No real events have been happening for a little. That gold lead is still there, the 1,000 gold that is sitting on the side of Sky Fate.
the gold lead has been relatively stagnant. Soapy actually going to smite away his own buff. Is still only level 5 to Hoen's level 6. So, and Junior Siggy flashes for the aggressive play into Parallelogram, but really just very forced, doesn't really get anything out of it. Parallelogram's able to easily walk it out, doesn't even have to burn his flash. The wind slash just thrown out, but oh, Parallelogram might have overstepped, walks forward, gets stunned, and Hoenn just jumps onto him, picks up the kill. Wow.
Now, they didn't have any wards on that side of the map since
but
Hoenn
Soapy and Kawaii Sheep looking to make a revenge kill. The Flag and Drag comes through, gets the knockup. The Winds of War does come through, and there's the kill. Yeah, there it is. Aftershock from Kawaii Sheep actually picks it up.
That was a good return kill on Hoenn, but yeah, he had been clearing wards for almost 30 seconds there, so Parallelogram had no vision. He couldn't see that at all. Couldn't see him coming in behind the turret to secure that kill.
Soapy. Yep, the Krugs as DFC push onto that bottom lane bottom lane tower, but they do have XYZvius lurking around that tribe run.
Now the Goosey's back in lane. Just gonna turn back into a...
Go back to farming. Not anything unexpected here. Goosey has built the Yomu's Ghostblade as item as the Dark Binding lands, but Deadly Flourish gonna dissuade. Proshishnitz almost jukes into the Death Sentence, but even if it had hit, it would the Black Shield coming out of Shirani.
Now neither team has any deep wards, so they really don't know where either jungler is.
Mostly defensive vision. You see those control wards on the bottom side of the map, but they're in their own side of the jungle. Now gonna go aggressive yet again onto Parallelogram. Does get the electrocute off, but does get a big physical damage shield. Passive Kawaii Sheep making the roam up, ready to use that hero's entrance if Parallelogram finds himself in a little bit of trouble, but he's gonna face check into Hoenn right now. Counter-strike will land. Kawaii Sheep doesn't have a way to get out here. He does have his flash, which he will be forced to burn. Oh, flash from Shirani. He will use the Dark Binding after the flash from Goosey. Exhaust and Flame Chompers just gonna be chained in. Shirani with the patient play. Flashes. Goosey flashes reactively, but the Dark Binding was held. Nicely done by the support of Deathcap for Cutie. Meanwhile, Soapy coming back in. Good play from Dr. Siggy but the Cataclysm still comes through. Hero's entrance will knock out Junior Dr. Siggy The taunt comes through. Justice Punch comes in. This Super Mega Death Rocket for good measure as Parallelogram solos out Hoenn in front of Junior Siggy The Wind Slash comes through. Will get the kill back. And Soapy now in a bad spot, but Kawaii Sheep here to back him up. XYZV is coming in. Justice Punch lands. He will get his passive off, and there's the taunt coming through. Will it be enough? Gets the... Oh, no! The stopwatch comes out. Soapy flashes away. He will get the shutdown onto Junior Siggy Now XYZvius is in trouble. Kawaii Sheep throwing out the Winds of War, but the Justice Punch doesn't land, and that will mean the end of all that. Maybe Deadly Flourish not going to land, but the Curtain Call coming out will pop the shield to Duran for the damage reduction. Needs to sidestep away. Justice Punch. Yeah, reads XYZvius like a book and gets the kill back.
5 for 2 across that entire fight.
Wow, Kawaii Sheep, he sees the dagger land from XYZvius. He says, I bet you he's going to jump onto me. Just throws the Justice Punch directly at where he's going to Shunpo to and picks up the kill. Easy game, says Kawaii Sheep.
Galio is incredibly strong now. 4-0 complete Abyssal Mask against a Katarina with 2 halves of an item.
Oh, man. Oh, Dr. Siggy throws out the Dark Passage onto Hoenn. He's going to land the Death Sentence as well. Counter-Strike comes through. Proshishnitz, he throws out the Flame Chompers. Will it be enough? He flashes away, gets the Summoner heal off, and the Delete Strike will not. And Hoenn will pick up the kill.
Patience is what separates good hunters from dead ones.
Okay. Well, interesting situation we had in the bottom lane. Proshishnitz, I think he just face-checked into Dr. Siggy who says, hey, Jax, come kill this Jinx.
Not sure if that was just unfortunate, because no vision on the inside of the map, but
no
still
vision,
just kind of
no support anywhere near. Parallelogram gonna go aggressive. Oh, yeah, he goes aggressive, but he misses the hook shot. The Justice Punch comes out after the Death Sentence, and Dr. Siggy flays him back in, but Kawaii Sheep turns it around. That's a lot of damage going down on the Goosey. The teleport was used by somebody, but I think it was canceled by Junior Siggy. And yeah, this Galio is so strong right now for Deathcap for Cutie. Up to him to really empower his he has one of two options. He can use his ultimate just to peel off of Pro Shiznitz, or he can use it to empower Soapy to go aggressive, but Goosey gets jumped on by Parallelogram so low. Dr. Siggy Wiggy trying to use the box to push him away, but he's channeling the curtain call, and now he has to back away because the Winds of War over the side. Soapy gonna flag and drag over there. Junior Siggy Wiggy follows with the flash, and he will get the kill with the broken wings, but the hook shot comes through, and it will be Goosey giving his life. On the other side, now XYZ throws out some daggers. Pro Shiznitz throws the Flame Chompers down immediately where he thinks it'll Shunpo, but he doesn't go through it. Hoenn flashes for the Counter-Strike. Is going to stun up Shy running because Pro Shiznitz had the Black Shield, but that's all the damage to come out. Zap comes out. Parallelogram came wrapped around, and it will be Pro Shiznitz picking up the kill. Now Kawaii Sheep goes for the Justice Punch, but he is going to die to the tower, and Junior Sticky Week gets the shutdown. XYZ is caught by the Hextech Ultimatum. It will be a double for the ADC of Deathcat for Cutie.
2 kills on Jinx. That's kind of big.
Yep.
Especially since she was a little bit behind.
And now, with Tower First Blood going down in favor of Deathcat for Cutie in the bottom lane as well, Zap to interrupt Junior Sticky Wiggy's recall. Deathcat for Cutie actually find themselves 2.5K gold in the lead, and in a very comfortable spot.
Yeah, that turned around really fast for them. Between that 5 for 2 and then this fight that just happened. They went from slightly behind with lead on the Riven to, you know, a sizable lead ahead with everything on Galio.
Yeah, and of course those 2 kills on Pro Shiznitz, he does finish the Runon's Hurricane, so just a little bit more before you get to that point where Jinx becomes a real problem if you can't jump all over him.
Now, luckily for Skyfate, that's not really going to be that much of a problem with Riven and Jax and Katarina.
Yep.
Plus, all of the CC coming in from Crash, they have the tools to deal with Pro Shiznitz's
Oh,
Jinx.
that sends. Oh! Gets him out of the Justice Punch, plays him back in. Deadly Flourish lands, but Kawaii Sheep, he's so tanky with just the Abyssal Mask and the Shield of Duran flat damage reduction. Curtain Call is going to be channeled, but I don't even think that they'll be able to kill off Kawaii Sheep with that one. And now with Soapy coming through, we'll take the 4-shot flag and drag. Oh! Gets played out of the flag and drag! Deadly Flourish lands, and will they be able to kill him out? He Cataclysm with the hero's entrance, will turn it back around. The Super Mega Death Record comes out, Parallelogram goes in. The tower is the focus, going to get the taunt onto Junior Siggy Wiggy, throws out the Winds of War, but he's not able to kill him before the tower goes down, and now he's in trouble. Hoenn jumps all over him, and he will get the kill back. Shy running gets the Dark Binding onto him. Pro Shiznitz on a killing spree, now chasing down Hoenn. Soul Shackles and the Exhaust slowing him up. The Counter-Strike sidestepped, and it will be another kill for Pro Shiznitz. Now 4-1 on Jinx.
Oh man, this is snowballing a little bit with Jinx. Jinx with 4 kills is, as a support main, very, very scary.
Yeah, and then Deathcat for Cutie, you know, Skyfate, they really wanted to even up that tower count, but they lost so much for it. Just ignoring the damage they were taking in order to focus down the tower, and then all of Deathcat for Cutie surround them and just pick up a lot of kills in regard for it. Kawaii Sheep was able to stall for so long.
This tower is going to go down to give them a 3,000 almost even gold lead.
Just under 3,000 gold lead is the lead for Deathcat for Cutie, so starting to pick up some vision around their top side as they send Pro Shiznitz up into the top, pick up that wave and start pushing into the tower. The Black Shield will absorb the possibility of the Death Sentence and the Deadly Flourish, which did land.
Still 2 minutes left until Rift Herald despawns, and I'm wondering, is someone going to try to go for it? Haven't really shown that much tower aggression yet, and that would really help whoever wants to get ahead in that tower count.
Things calming down a little bit as teams start to recall, pick up some items. Soapy's going for the full tank Darvin build, Cinderhulk, building what looks to be Locket of the Iron Solari. Probably needs a little bit more health before that really comes into play. The Cinderhulk gives you a lot of, it gives you the percentage max health increase, but since Locket itself doesn't give any health, you're not really benefiting from the fact that Locket scales off of max health, or is it max health? I think it's max.
It's get,
Yeah, it is max
It's
health.
max health.
Parallelogram is going to jump onto Hoenn. The counter strike going to be dodged with the
Oh,
Hextech
no!
Ultimatum. Not quite actually, but Parallelogram still starting to win out on that one. But Hoenn still fighting it out. Dr. Siggy will flame out of the flag and drag. The hero's entrance comes through, and now they shut down Pro Shizness. The Dark Binding sidestepped as now XYZV is free to go ham as Junior Sigawiki jumps over the side. The curtain call comes out. Soapy will get down with the double kill over to Goosey with the first shot of the curtain call. He actually blast guns himself into his own death. Shirani will get flayed down by Dr. Siggy Wiggy.
Dr. Siggy Wiggy's flays are on point this game.
Yeah, flayed Soapy out of his flag and drag. The hero's entrance still came through, but that sort of left Pro Shizness out to dry, jumped on by the enemy ADC as well as the Katarina. And then Shirani kind of killed himself with that blast cone. Sky Fate get a big win in their favor. Parallelogram hanging out on the top side now. Hookshot doesn't get the flash hookshot onto Goosey, and that means the Black Shield will able to pull him out to safety.
Jinx ult is down, so there is no fear of Dr. Siggy Wiggy dying to a Super Mega.
All that while, Hoenn was able to pick up a tower on the bottom lane for Sky Fate, as well as put some damage onto that second tier.
Now, I'm going to have to eat my words when I said that this was starting to snowball, because it went the other way really quickly.
Yeah, XYZvius and Goosey were able to just jump on Pro Shizness. He was kind of left out to dry. Shirani put the Black Shield on somebody else. Soapy got flayed out of his flag and dragon. Kawaii Sheep went with the front line with his hero's entrance. Then Pro Shizness just sort of dies at the beginning of the fight. Nothing he can do in that situation.
I mean, Sky Fate did have all of the tools, as I said, to take care of a fed Jinx, and they showed that they know how to use them.
Blast Cone will put Kawaii Sheep over the side, but it will be the the Mountain Drake going over in favor of Sky Fate, but no CC will land. They'll all just back away. But Parallelogram looking for an engage over the side. He is spotted out by a ward, and he's too far forward now. Gonna have to hook shot out of there. Run down everything that's going on. Junior Siggy is still very strong at 5-2. Dr. Siggy has some really good reactions with his flay. Even though Parallelogram didn't end up going aggressive with it, it was like, oh, he might come in, I'm gonna flay back this direction. I just saw something out of the corner of my eye that I saw there. Right, DFC starting to group around this mid lane. Is he gonna be picking up his own buff? Don't really need it on either of the solo laners. Both of them are resourceless champion. So instead, they'll put it onto the Jhin, and the Jhin is one of the better ADCs for making buff. It does give you the CDR that you like to spam your abilities. He does have double lethality now with the Yomu's Ghostblade and the Duskblade of Drakthar, which means actually he does do quite a bit of damage against the relatively low armor on the side of Deathcap for Cutie. Hoenn looking for the 1v1 up against Kawaii Sheep. Well, makes him think it's a 1v1 as Sky Fate all start to move that direction. Shirani trying to clear out some vision. We'll drop some double wars so the defense will land. No Black Shield. He uses it now, but he will get broken by the flay. Curtain call coming out. Hoenn moving forward aggressively as XYZV is ready to go in. Lock it, pop. He will use the Zop Watch. Here's the curtain call coming in. Hero's entrance from Kawaii Sheep. He gets a two-man taunt, and Dr. Siggy is the first to fall, but Hoenn gets into the back and assassinates the support. They kill him off in response, and it will be a 2-for-1 in favor of Deathcap for Cutie.
Now, it started as a pretty good pick, just turned into a messy dive by Hoenn that just didn't go the way he wanted it to. He couldn't get out in time enough after killing Shirani.
A little bit deep to try and kill the support. He did still have the stopwatch available, so was able to stall out his death enough that they were able to pick up 2 return kills for. XYZ jumping on a parallelogram. The Deadly Flourish will land, which means he can't follow the second pop of it, and he's going to use the Hextech Ultimatum, but it will just be a matter of time. Sky Fate pick up the return kill. Super Mega Death Rocket almost picks up 1. Not quite, and that will mean that Sky Fate come out happy after that.
basically evened up at this point, despite
Oh, hold on a second. Junior Siggy jumps on Pro Distance with the flash. He'll flash away after the Flame Chompers. Has to use the shield to back away. Pro Distance took him to turn it back around with some crits. Junior Siggy ready to come back around. He'll pop the shield. Will it be enough? Pro Distance, no, with the Summoner heal. Gatos him down. Hoenn trying to do the Baron, but it's really hard to solo out the Baron. Sky Fate not quite on the same page as now. Kawaii Sheep teleports into the back of the pit. Deathcat for Cutie starting to secure vision and control of the Baron area.
Now with Junior Siggy dead for another 15 seconds, they could just take the top tower and walk away.
But XYZBS is now the one to jump onto Pro Distance, but he had Parallelogram in his back pocket just to take out the Katarina. XYZBS throws his life away, and the curtain call is not going to have too much of an effect.
Now, I didn't see if he got any of the shots off, but it looked like he didn't even hit Parallelogram. I would have thought would be body blocking for Shiznets.
Whatever happened, Parallelogram does force a flash out of Goosey, but he will get the Dark Passage out. But the Dark Binding after! The curtain call comes through! Death Sentence will get Soapy down, but they traded away Goosey for it. Now, Deathcat for Cutie, another rocket flows down the mid lane, but they did even up the tower count with that kill in the top lane, and now they are the ones with 1.5k gold in the lead.
Still, it's just a game of this Baron control here. Everyone trying to get as many wards in where they can and catch anyone who's going for wards.
Black Shield will be absorbed by the Flay. The Death Sentence goes wide. Nice side step by Shirani. Dr. Siggy just reclaiming their jungle. Gotta deal with Hoenn, who is split pushing in the bottom side of the map. Will they be able to do it? Parallelogram fancies his chances with the Hextech Ultimatum. The hero's entrance going to be used. Hoenn will not get knocked up by it, but the hook shot comes through. Do they have the taunt? Flash taunt will secure it, and it will be Parallelogram picking up the killing spree. Jungler down. See if Deathcat for Cutie looks at that Baron. They do have the control ward on it. Parallelogram has teleport if he wanted to join after pushing out the bottom side, but Sky Fate quickly gathering themselves. Goosey now separated from the team, but the Death Sentence will land. Oh, Soul Shackles from Shirani. He's looking to stun up too. The flash away from XYZBS, but it will lead Dr. Siggy out to get taunted. Justice Punch, Ferocious killing spree.
The kills are all in the right places that they need to be on Deathcap for Cutie. We've got 7 kills on a Jinx. And then there's 5 on this tanky Galio.
And of course 7 on Parallelogram's Deathcap for Cutie. I think they really ought to just go ahead and try and start it. They have vision control of the area. They can easily turn onto any member of Sky Fate that face checks a little bit too far forward, like Goosey just did. Flying Drag Cataclysm comes through, and Goosey's just in the middle of 4 members of Sky Fate.
Bad move. See,
Parallelogram getting jumped on by Hoenn, but Deathcap for Cutie, they know what to do now. They've killed off the ADC, and they will go for the Baron.
The wrong side of the map. They can take this uncontested.
Yeah, Parallelogram says, hey guys, their Jax is here. Go for the Baron. Junior Siggy trying to stop him, but Parallelogram gets played out of the hook shot. Death Sentence will land, but can XYZBS even take this one? No more CC available. Parallelogram ready to just take down XYZBS in front of him, but he will go down. The Baron secured by Deathcap for Cutie, but they lost their top laner.
Now, that Camille will not have any split pushing power, really.
Pro Shiznits might have made the same mistake the enemy ADC just did. Junior Siggy still looking for him. Ready. Broken Wings comes through. Will get the knockup. Will get the stun. Electrocute. He'll use the stopwatch. Here comes the rest of Sky Fate, but it doesn't matter. Death Sentence comes through. Shutdown goes over. Well, Deathcat for Cutie, they do have the Baron buff on 3 members still, but Sky Fate, they're one tower up because of the split first from Hoenn.
Is now at the inhibitor turret, and
now
if they don't send someone there soon...
Deathcat for Cutie using Baron empowered recalls. Hoenn now knows it's time to back away, but the rest of Sky Fate taking the Cloud Drake. Deathcat for Cutie trying to collapse on him. They do see him now, but Shirani now a little separated. looking for Dr. Siggy He's wrapping around here. Dark Binding will land. He's going to have to Black Shield. No, too late! Death Sense lands! The Black Shield comes out, but he's going to have the Zonyas. We'll get the Hero's Entrance as well as Parallelogram comes in, jumps into XYZ. Hoeing goes down. The Flay comes out too early. Parallelogram going to have the hook shot up fairly soon. Oh, Goosey trying to kite away. Hook shot comes in. Death Sense doesn't find him, and the Trinity Force proc from Precision Protocol. Parallelogram now continuing to chase is just going to knock down Dr. Siggy. The Super Mega Death comes in for good measure. Double kill over to the top laner, Deathcap for Cutie.
Parallelogram just running their team down after taking out Lucy, and that was great peel for Ronnie.
Close. Yeah, Shy Ronnie was able to use the Soul Shackle Zonyas, baits them in, Kawaishi channels the Hero's Entrance, and they all just jump all over Sky Fate. Junior Siggy is the strongest member of Sky Fate remaining, level 16, trying to push onto that top lane, but now he's got contending with 2 members of Deathcap for Cutie. Hookshot coming through, will not find him after the broken wings, but it will be Deathcap for Cutie picking up another tower in the mid.
Now, Parallelogram had the Hextech ultimatum there.
So you're going to flash Cataclysm, but Junior Siggy will flash out himself. Then now XYZevious is the target, but Deathcap for Cutie, they're going to just catch him up. The teleport coming through from... It looks like that was from Kawaishi, but he canceled it. Parallelogram going to go in, jumps onto XYZevious, dodges with a Hextech ultimatum, follows through, gets the killing spree. Goosey caught by the Dark Binding with Soapy on his way out of there. Going to go down to Hoenn, but... You have to flash away from Parallelogram. Hoenn continuing to chase. The curtain call coming through. Parallelogram still on the run. Goosey just throwing out those abilities, but it looks like he will not be able to pick up anyone with it. Parallelogram now fighting onto Hoenn. Going to use the hookshot to dodge the counter-strike. Goes back in. Gets the sun himself. Stare X gauge popped. Uses the W. Here's the Dr. Siggy pops the locket for the bonus shield. And Parallelogram will go down.
31 minutes now, and we have a 3,500 gold. Really a close game here.
Yeah, very close game so far, but Deathcap for Cutie not able to make a very huge Baron power play. We are starting to see the effects of their scaling, though. Proficiency is continuing to become a massive threat. He's actually 2 levels up over Goosey. Has been getting a lot of that solo lane farm, whereas Sky Fate not having the best of lane distributions here. They're missing out on a lot of EXP from the waves, a lot of gold from the waves that are just crashing into towers, dying to other minions. That's why, if you look at the levels, XYZevious level 13 to Kawaii level 16, Proshiznitz's a level up over Goosey. Really, the only lead they truly have in their solo is their solo top lane. Junior Siggy is quite a bit ahead of Parallelogram, but Parallelogram has been finding the picks for his team.
And what's interesting is the CS lead in that top lane there. See, Parallelogram has 4 more kills than Junior Siggy, but with the 60 CS lead almost. Got a full item ahead, basically.
Yeah, he's got, wow,
Junior Siggy.
Phantom Dancer is his pickup on Riven after the Black Cleaver and the Death's Dance. That's an interesting one. It's not something you normally see out of the Riven. Most likely just built for the 1v1 potential with the it gives you that the passive where when you duel up against somebody you take reduced damage from them, but you don't really benefit all that much from the crit, from the attack speed. Maybe if you're looking to split push as Riven, you benefit from those things, but otherwise it's just not really as far as the stats that you want on Riven.
Does it still have the passive, or did
I think that was Dark Passage will get to safety, but the hookshot coming through. The Cataclysm and the Hexagon. Parallelogram just blows him up. Cataclysm onto Dr. Siggy nowhere to go. Dark Binding will just be good measure. Double kill over to Parallelogram.
But in the bot lane, Hoenn is going to get that turret.
Inhibitor tower and possibly the inhibitor. Yeah, nobody be going from Deathcap for Cutie to answer. The inhibitor's down. Parallelogram is going to jump on him with a hook shot. He does have a Guardian Angel now, but he's got Deathcap for Cutie. The rest of them pushing in that mid lane. Going to trade inhib towers.
I've been calling him Soggy, haven't I? His name is Soapy. Soapy tanking it so they can keep that one minion alive so they can trade their own inhibitor.
Yeah, they will get the inhibitor. They will trade the bot lane for the mid lane inhibitor, but as you know, like as far as pressure goes, side lane inhibitors are significantly more powerful than the mid lane. When you take the side lane inhibitor, that means that all the super minions coming in from that lane are going to focus onto one of the two Nexus towers, as opposed to when you take the one in the mid, they split between the two Nexus towers, which means it's very possible for one of the Nexus towers to go down to minions alone, but Hoey, it jumps in the middle of Deathcap for Cutie, no follow-up, and he's just going to get crit down by Pro Shiznitz. They've got the tanks in there, Dark Binding going to land onto the Curtain Caller, but Kawaii Sheep looking for the taunt, Gut's going to get two, gets onto XYZ, Miss just blows into bits with the Justice Punch, auto attack from Pro Shiznitz gets the kill. Dr. Sikiwiki and Goosey now on the run, parallel game ready to come through, good flash taunt from Kawaii Sheep, catches Goosey, Dr. Sikiwiki falls down, Junior Sikiwiki now with no one left to help him. Deathcap for Kitty looking for the end straight down the mid lane. They do have a super minion wave and minions already in the base.
I think they could just end it right here. There's nothing to stop
20
them.
seconds on Hoenn and 4 members of Deathcap for Cutie against Junior Sigiwiki. Make it 5. Hextech ultimatum onto Junior Sigiwiki. He does his best, but the hero's entrance comes through and he goes down. And Deathcap for Cutie take down the Nexus towers and they will take the Nexus to 3-2, a positive record after 5 weeks of OKLCS with this victory over Sky Fate.
That could have gone very bad for Deathcap there, but it ended up working.
Yeah, and you see, you see Parallelogram actually back just to, I think maybe he backed or he just teleported and the game was over. Because he teleported back to his Nexus Tower, but it was getting pressured by that bottom lane minion wave. But at the end of the day, it will be Deathcap for Cutie elevating themselves to a 3-2 record with this victory over Sky Fate. You have 3 more games of Platinum Cap for you tonight. We're going to take a short break before we get into the next one. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018 Platinum Capped Week 5. We just saw Deathcap for Cutie take down, oh god, who did they
Sky
play?
Fate.
Sky Fate in the first game to put themselves at a positive 3-2 record, knocking down Sky Fate to 1-4. We do have the next game ready for you, and it is between, holy cow, I'm blanking really hard. It is between the old Razzle Dazzle and Brahms Bodybuilder. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump into that one. It is, of course, the old Razzle Dazzle on the blue side. Oh, as a reminder, yes, the schedule does say that we're supposed to. The schedule does say that we're supposed to be streaming Iron Man versus Reign of Kings Platinum right now. Unfortunately, that game did occur before the patch. So, we'll go ahead and report the scores now, and we'll do it again at the end of the stream. Iron Man, by the way, let me just make sure before I say anything bad. Okay, yeah. Iron Man, by the way, took the victory over Reign of Kings in a 2-1 victory, and unfortunately, it's on the other patch. Hold on a second. As Razzle Dazzle, they're gonna face check right into Shafty, who has to flash away after the slow from King Gilgalad. Okay, so flash burned by the mid laner will be, Revrits can sort of focus onto that mid laner. So anyway, the old Razzle Dazzle on blue side up against Brahms Bodybuilders on the red side. The old Razzle Dazzle are coming into this game at a 1-3 record. Brahms Bodybuilders sitting at an unfortunate 0-4. So both of these teams really trying to push their momentum the other direction from where it's been so far, trying to pick up some of those scarce wins at the bottom of the barrel.
And looks like Ask Me About It is chasing Shafty back in his base while the minions come in. So that's...
Oh wow, that is really nice from the old Razzle Dazzle. The top laner pushing Shafty away forces him to take the run all the way back to base. He's gonna miss a lot, and Boy Toy Troy is gonna be feeling really good about this when he says, "Thank you very much, my top laner." Adley separates from his ADC, but we'll just get a Glitterlance on to Showtime.
Ask Me About It. Oh, he's the top laner. I was wondering why he didn't just take the red
Top
buff.
lane Olaf. Not something you see a lot nowadays, but he's going to be using the Undertow just to continue to trade onto Speed Machine, but taking some minion aggro, running himself very and Speed Machine comes out a little bit ahead in that one.
Now we've got King Gilgalad and Hadley on Ashe and Luke bot lane versus BBB Showtime, and it's Napalm bot lane with Tristana Shen.
Yeah, that's kind of a strange one. Hold on a second. Speed Machine goes for the taunt on to Ask Me About It. Will not get that aftershock damage off. So this is a weird one. You don't normally see... It's a replay, so they will have already connected. You don't normally see Ashe anymore. Ashe is an ADC that's definitely fallen out of favor. Because she doesn't hyper carry nearly as well as something like a Tristana, nor is she really as safe as some other things. As Revrits go for the invade onto Legit, it's just gonna focus him down, flashes away, he'll follow flash in, needs one more Q, yes, he'll find that first blood. Revrits using the Warwick to his advantage, just finds Legit and takes him down while he's doing his red buff.
It looks like Showtime and Napalm are scared of the Ashe early poke that really is something to be feared,
yeah.
Especially as, Tristana has very little early lane pressure, and Shen has almost nothing until here, so.
Well, at level 1, Shen is actually very good if you can land the Shadow Dash. As Shafty moving forward, getting some damage onto Boy Troy.
And actually, they're now in CS, despite Shafty missing the entire first wave.
You do have to account for the fact that Shafty is shoving into Boy Toy Troy, so once Boy Toy Troy picks up some of the wave that's about to hit his tower, he'll find himself a little bit ahead if he does that successfully. Is Showtime taking a lot of damage? Actually, it's a Burning Summoner heal. Now Shafty with no mana and no flash is just going to go down. Boy Toy Troy solo kills him, and that's the benefit you get from pushing Shafty away so early, burning his flash at the level 1. Shafty he's playing aggressively, but he can't play aggressively when you have no flash. Boy Toy Troy didn't even have to burn his own summoners in order to pick up that kill. And historically, Shafty has been a mid laner that plays very aggressively, and very often not when it's ideal to playing aggressively.
And now with Warwick soloing that dragon, what kind of dragon it is, but...
It's an ocean. Reverence trying to do it, but
Oh.
the Ocean is slowing his movement speed. He has to smite it for health, but he's going to turn it back around onto Legit, but Legit turns it onto him, and he says, thank you very much, I'll take those double buffs back, thank you. So Reverence not really knowing how well he can take that dragon, especially in Ocean when it's very hard because of the attack speed debuff and the movement speed. He's spotted out by a Squire's Bloom at very low health, and the Ocean Dragon kind of giving the assist over to BBB says, hey, this guy's really slow, come kill him. Legit just jumps at the opportunity.
Now we've got spot lane here. It is, there's no real CS lead in... Oh.
It's just going to be them trading back and forth. Speed Machine is out of abilities, so Ask Me About It takes the time to go for some auto, but Speed Machine has an Ignite. Ask Me About It has to flash away, but Shafty is here. Got to sidestep some of these abilities. The Satchel Charge will be enough. Shafty picks up the kill.
Yeah, so as I was saying, okay, so there's, 4 CS, which is almost nothing, but...
No respect for you gotta watch your opponent's summoner spells. They got the Ignite in the top lane, so no teleport at the very least. Shafty has taken the opportunity to take the teleport. Now Boy Toy Troy, he's trying to find Shafty on the way back in from his roam, but the Satchel Charge used. Shafty gonna flash away from that one, but Boy Toy Troy has the summoner heal, will keep himself safe, but Reverence coming around, trying not letting BBB get away, and Showtime will go down. They flash forward.
Hadley burns the
flash
flash?
is forward for it, trying to help Reverence pick up the second kill, but the
Reverence.
the tower.
Very aggressive.
Super forced, if
very,
anything.
Yeah. That was not the play to be making right there.
Oh,
You're
man.
only, a level 4 Warwick. You don't have tank stats. Can't take more than shots.
Yeah. Went really deep for that one. Thought he had the help of Hadley, but Hadley, he flashed and used all his abilities, but they weren't really on the same page. He backs away. Now Ask Me About It, now getting jumped on by Speed Machine, takes a full combo, and that's a large amount of his damage.
So I haven't played much with the tank mastery, the tank rune. The
Bone plating. Yeah. Bone plating is dumb. It's overpowered, and everyone should take it if they can go into the resolve tree. Shafty's now aggressing on the Boy Toy Troy. Will nicely sidestep the bouncing bomb. It's at the very end, at the beginning of the game, it's basically going into a trade with 60 extra health every time it's up. Because if I'm not wrong, I think it's like 20 reduction after the first. So the way it works is after you get damaged by a champion, the next 3 instances of damage you take will do 20 less damage to you. Again, Inferno Bomb used. Shafty now. Oh, legit gets sniped down by Boy Toy Troy. Shafty not in a position to really come help because he's out of mana again and low on HP. So
He's really just been shoving the lane and suffering for it.
yeah, Legit and Shafty, or not Legit and Shafty, but well, no, yeah, I'm sorry. Legit and Shafty trying really hard to force something. Revroots just comes through, counter ganks onto him, and he's in a much stronger spot because Boy Toy Troy is actually able to help him out. Litterlance used to push Showtime away as the Shadow Dash misses from its napalm.
Oh, so now actually we have a 2,000 gold lead already. That's
On the
mostly
side
in
of Razzle
CS.
Dazzle. Yeah. 19 CS is the lead for Boy Toy Troy over Shafty now.
And we've got a 15 CS lead from Gilgalad over Showtime in the bot lane. And yeah, there's 1 kill difference. It shouldn't really be this much, but...
Yeah. Oh, and the old Razzle Dazzle, the infinite duress over the wall. They see Legit taking the dread buff. Oh, Showtime now jumping onto King Gilgalad. Enchanted Crystal Arrow has already been used. He whimsies him up and exhausts him down. Showtime and Napalm will not find anything for it, but they do successfully burn away 3 summoners from the bottom lane of the old Razzle Dazzle.
And now we've got King Gilgalad with almost back up, and there we go. Showtime and Napalm both have their ults on the Tristana and the Shen. That is a lot more map presence from the bot lane.
And I really like what the old Razzle Dazzle did there onto Legit on his red buff. They had a ward in it. They know that he's starting it up. Ask Me About It has the superior shoving power. Well, I actually don't know if that's true, but Speed Machine has been allowing Ask Me About It to shove in. And Rev Rift is so much stronger than Legit. He had that ultimate for that invade, and Legit still only level 5. Meanwhile, Boy Toy Troy has made his way into this top area.
Looks like Reverus is also coming, while Legit is just taking Krugs.
Legit's so behind right now. Look at the CS discrepancy between Revroots and Legit. It's 20 now. That's 5 camps. That's a significant lead for 10 minutes into the game in the jungle.
And now that Showtime is back in lane in the bot, they might be able to force something on Gilgalad. He doesn't have summoners, he just has
Napalm
ult,
looking for the
and
Shadow Dash. He will
there we
find
go.
it. The rocket jump comes through. Game Gilgalad, what are you doing? You cannot shove up when the enemy bot lane is a duo and you're alone.
That's to teleport from Ask Me About It for not any reason in particular.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that teleport was from Ask Me About It, actually.
Leaving lane open for Speed Machine to farm and push and get some of that CS back.
Yeah, and it's not as though that wave was about to hit his tower or anything. He actually just shoved it up very quickly. Maybe he's looking to try and help out with this dragon, but really not something you really need to invest the teleport at least this early into.
Looks like they might just try and go for the dive. With Infinite Duress up, if they can hit it on Showtime, that would be an easy kill, but
Gotta worry about the Stand United available too, but Legit is all alone. And there's the Infinite Duress that you were talking about. Legit gets the Stand United. He'll jump over the side, but the right of the Arcane. Hadley actually picks it up with the Glitter Lance over the side. Legit is getting bullied this game. And now with a 5-man dive onto BBB, Mega Inferno Bomb comes through. It will mean Hadley takes some damage, but he wasn't taking the tower, thankfully. Boy Toy Troy snipes him down. Hadley pops the stopwatch, and now Showtime is focused down. Had looking to try and get a kill back, but he buster shots away. Ask Me About It, slowed up. And the axe from Ask Me About It will pick up the kill.
And they're going to get that tower, too. That is really good for... This is Razzle Dazzle.
Yeah, the old Razzle Dazzle picks up tower first blood as well as a plethora of kills. Nobody dies in the process. Now, easy to just move over to the Ocean Dragon, and the old Razzle Dazzle in full control of this game.
Got everyone respawning on Brahms Bodybuilder's side, and gotta see how they're going to try and answer this. They're 5,000 gold behind almost, and they don't really have much to say. Legit hasn't even completed an item yet. It's 12 minutes and he's Kha'Zix. That Warrior should be done.
Yeah, Legit is just getting... honestly, it's just a matter of out-jungling this game. Revroots found him in the jungle at early levels and just killed him off. Oh, that was close. Found him in the jungle very early on. Speed Machine is going to find Boy Toy.
Oh!
Good flash!
Whoa!
It's Napalm looking for the Shadow Dash. Is not going to find it. He's going to slow him up, and Boy Toy Troy pops the Mastery level 6 and walks away.
Yeah, so it looks like, just in general, returning to some kind of pushing lane. Top lane is going back to the way it always is, with Speed Machine catching that wave as it crashes.
And if you look, Legit also has Dark Harvest as his keystone, and when you're behind, that's the opposite of what you want. Now, Ask Me About It gonna missed the Shadow Dash from It's Napalm. You could really have held that, but Ask Me About It had the Ragnarok anyway. We'll just turn back some damage around. Speed Machine gonna taunt him up. Ask Me About It actually looking like he fancies his chances. The Ragnarok is popped, and he's going to turn around some damage. Ignite goes down. Hero's Entrance coming through onto him, but he will just flash away. He will go down to the Ignite, but Boy Toy Troy on his way up here and just needs to land one ability on a Speed Machine. No, one more! Justice Punch will catch him into that one, but the taunt comes through. He will pick up the kill with an auto attack, and now he has to back away from It's Napalm. Shadow Dash comes through. Will he get him? Yes, he will. The shutdown goes over. A little bit of a misplay from both sides in that top lane.
Now we've just got push coming in on the mid lane with no one really there.
Mega Inferno Bomb is going to clear
There
out
we
the
go.
wave at the very least. The tower will be able to survive at least one more wave.
Makes some good damage though. One more strong push is going to be enough to take that, and I don't know. It's not really any significant map control at this point. Everyone dying in top lane.
Yeah, it is 3k golden lead for Razzle Dazzle. Good Shadow Dash comes through. The Satchel Charge will chain it in, but he gets the Whimsy away, and Hadley's going to run him out of there. But there's Legit, jumps onto him, picks up a kill for himself.
And now we've just got Showtime power farming in the bottom. 20 CS above his lane opponent and getting pressure on that tower. That's
Yeah, and
Good
this
for
is a
Tristana.
Tristana. Yeah, Tristana with the explosive shot will do a lot of damage to this tower very quickly, but he is so behind. Look at, he's got a pickaxe.
Oh,
He's got a pickaxe and a brawler's glove, and Shafty gonna have to put his fancy feet on with the right of the arcane, but we'll be able to make it out. Probably just gonna recall a teleport back to that lane. Janet Crystal
And a
Arrow,
tower
an
dive
infinite
on
duress
Speed
onto
Machine.
Speed Machine, but he had his Stand United as well as his Shield of Duran running. Ragnarok will get Ask Me About It out of there, and Reverend's just going to back away as well. The teleport used by Shafty to very little effect. They're just going to slow him up with the axes and run themselves back out. Nicely done by Speed Machine there. He had the Shield of Durand active while the Infinite Duress was running, so he had the damage reduction during that entire thing. Oh, close there, but the Wild Growth will push them away. The tower goes down in the mid lane in favor of the old Razzle Dazzle. Now Revrit's on his way back in here. The bomb's coming through. Revrit does not have the Infinite Duress. He will get knocked away, and Justice Punch comes back in. That's a good taunt! Mag Inferno Bomb blows up 2 members of the old Razzle Dazzle. Boy Toy Troy looking for the snipe over the wall. Will throw out the stun, uses the slow. Now backing away, but he's getting collapsed on by Legit from the backside! Boy Toy Troy now in a bad spot. He will get the speed. He'll throw out some abilities as best he can, but he will not find anyone. That'll be him going down as well.
I don't know what Speed Machine was really doing there. It ended up working out for him in the end, but he just kind of followed along. He definitely wasn't able to do anything against Boy Toy Troy, but he just walked along and got hit by 3 or 4 Xerath spells. It was
a little bit
chancy.
unnecessarily risky, if anything. Like, if your team has the kill and you're low, just back away so they don't randomly kill you with some
I don't think
ability.
he even got the assist there.
Yeah, exactly.
But the Rift Herald is going to go over to the side of BBB, and I guess now they're just going to look for somewhere to put it. Mid lane would probably be the best option.
You're probably right. There's some interesting builds coming out. Speed Machine with the Morella Nomicon on his top lane Galio. So he's looking for more of an AP-oriented build. He will have, I think that gives the flat magic, yeah, it gives the flat magic penetration, some health, and grievous wounds activated. This is the new AP item changes on this patch, so a lot of new builds coming out for these AP-oriented champions. You have the Luden's Echo Rush for Xerath, and kind of not anything out of the ordinary. You'd expect that. It is now a mana-oriented item, as well as giving the same old Luden's Echo passive.
And the new cooldown reduction. That's the 10% that's on that and a couple of other APs.
Oh, hold on a second. Napalm going to go for a Shadow Dash, and here it goes. There's the hero's entrance coming in from Speed Machine. Hadley going to Wild Growth his ADC because he's going down anyway. And Boy Toy Troy flash away from the Mega Inferno Bomb. Revrisk in the middle of BBB gets taunted up, and he will flash away. Do they have the Grievous Wounds onto him? Boy Toy Troy actually snipes down Legit. Meanwhile, Revrisk goes back in for some health, but he will go down to Showtime. Now King Gilgalad getting jumped on, but Boy Toy Troy throwing out ability. Flash taunt! He gets him down with the auto attack. Now Napalm getting another Shadow Dash in onto King Gilgalad. They're destroying the old Razzle Dazzle. Ask Me About It, trying to get a kill, but the Stand United will ensure Showtime's safety. The ace, the delayed ace for BBB.
I don't think Gilgalad and Boy Toy Troy were expecting that Galio damage at all.
No, definitely not.
Bursted both of them immediately.
Its Napalm has landed so many good Shadow Dashes on this Shen support. You know, I was talking about how Ashe isn't that great of an ADC right now, not very highly valued. Neither is Shen support, but just because of nerfs to Aftershock, it's not really as effective as a support anymore. But it's really working for its Napalm. He's able to find the Shadow Dashes that he needs in order to help his team win these fights.
He's actually 4-1 on the Shen right now, which isn't usually a support scoreline.
Yeah, definitely not. Speed Machine picks up the Haunting guys as well. That's a lot of flat magic penetration. With the Sork shoes, he's got a lot of flat magic penetration. He actually destroys squishies, like, instantly.
But now, despite that wild team fight and the long ace, with 5 kills up, BBB is only 800 gold
600.
ahead. 600 gold. I can't count.
Shafty does go for the loot echo as well, finally finished here.
Yeah, that's basically the CS lead there. That's all on Revrifts and Ask Me About It.
Yeah, Revrifts, Ask Me About It, and then the small CS lead that Boy Toy Troy has over Shafty. As well as, of course, the 2 tower to 1 discrepancy.
Yes.
that is in favor of the old Razzle Dazzle.
Might actually make 3 towers. Ask Me About It is on the top.
Oh,
row.
that's a good satchel charge! King Gilgalad is going to be sped out by Hadley. Almost really good for BBB there, but they're not quite on the same page. Napalm looks for a Shadow Dash over the side. Mega Inferno Bomb coming through. We'll just chunk out King Gilgalad, but we'll be able to regen up. The Rift Herald popped in the mid lane, but the Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes out. They actually killed King Gilgalad. Whoa, what happened there?
I saw Shafty throw a Q. That might have just been
Right
it.
at the Arcane coming in, trying to snipe down legit. He does find the target. Bullseye for Boy Toy Troy. Take out the Rift Herald now. There's a duel going on in the top lane. Who's going to win it? They've got a lot of damage coming out. The Black Cleaver fully stacked for Ask Me About It, but he's not ready to go for it. Flashes onto his axe and he picks up the kill, but he will go down to Showtime. Boy Toy Troy still moving forward with Rev Roots in his back pocket.
Bot lane rotating down to stop them from pressuring this turret so much. And Napalm hit one of his clutch taunts?
Not going to go for it just this time. Doesn't have the range. Going to clear out some vision laid down by the old Razzle Dazzle in his own jungle. Rev Roots might get jumped on by Showtime here. Throw something explosive charge, but not ready to rocket jump onto a Warwick just yet.
And it is the standard tank Warwick. Sometimes you see a little more assassin-y, bursty builds coming out, but it's just a Cinder Hulk.
Cinder Hulk, Tiamat, Warwick, which is obviously the more consistent way of playing Warwick. He looks like he's building towards a Dead Man's Plate, if I had to guess, with the Chain Vest and the Crystal. It could always be a Knight's Vow if he wanted to go for a very support-oriented Warwick, but I don't anticipate that happening. Dead Man's Plate gives you the extra bit of movement speed to increase the range of your ultimate and the ability to chase down targets. Now King Gilgalad looking for Shafty. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow will land, but it's a short range one. Right there, King comes out. He's going to get both Stand United and the Hero's Entrance out. And BBB now chasing down King Gilgalad. Reverett's looking to come around. Justice Punch will snatch him, but it will be Boy Toy Troy sniping him down. Shutdown goes over to the mid laner with the old Razzle Dazzle. Legit jumping onto Reverett, who is isolated. Infinite Duress is out to safety. Now Boy Toy Troy chasing onto its Napalm, looking for the snipe. Is going to get the Locket Shield out. And they will not continue the chase through the Winds of War.
Showtime was not there. That's the two item power spike now Tristana that just wasn't there for that team fight. Really put a hurt on BBB's fight.
Yeah, and they've still got to deal with Ask Me About It in the top lane.
He's just endlessly pushing that turret, and BBB doesn't really have an answer so far.
Black Cleaver and looks like a Blade of the Ruined King. He's not going for he's not trying to be useful to his team. He's just trying to split push and duel against anyone who could possibly come to answer him. The Black Cleaver Blade of the Ruined King, and now he's just clearing out the minion wave, but now he's going to have to pop the Ragnarok and run himself out of there. That will be a little bit of pressure relief for BBB, forcing out that ultimate and Ask Me About It to back away.
Old Razzle Dazzle has so much poke in this mid lane here between Ash.
Boy Toy Troy and King Gilgalad just continue throwing out abilities, you're right.
Yeah, that's sending its Napalm back, but they really they don't have the minion wave pushing, so they're not really going to get anything off.
The one problem that you have here... Oh! Rev Rift's flashes to try and fear up Showtime, but the rocket jump already came through. The one thing you do have to work... hold on a second. Speed Machine going to go for the Justice Punch in, but the Enchanted Crystal Oil lands. King Gilgalad... Oh, that's a lot of damage! He just blows up Hadley! Mega Inferno Bomb kills out King Gilgalad as well, but they're losing their ADC. Showtime going to get taken out by Rev Rifts, whereas nobody expects the full magic penetration Galio. Shafty kind of just push away, Ask Me About It. Really nothing he can to this Olaf at this point.
Yeah, the magic resist boots just making him a little too tanky for Shafty to chunk down effectively. Plus, he just gets stronger.
And Shafty... Okay, so Shafty's going for the second item, Lichbane, on his Ziggs, which I'm going to say I really don't like at all. So, Ziggs does have his passive, which gives him an AP ratio on every few auto attacks, which is reduced, of course, by him using abilities. So you might think Lichbane is really good, right? But the thing is, Luden's was changed on this patch. It doesn't give nearly as much AP as it used to. So you don't have any AP to stack with the Lichbane ratio on it. It's not, it scales with how much AP you have. Additionally, the Lich Bane overall really doesn't help you do anything other than take towers, because if you're at the point where you can auto onto the enemy, then you're in a bad position to begin with. You should be building more AP so that your Mega Inferno Bomb and your other abilities do hold on a second, kill Gilgalad, almost gets taken out, the Wild Growth comes through, and he will get finally taken out by Legit. And now Shafty now getting jumped on by Axeman. What was he doing? He walks into the Olaf and Ziggs! What? Why are you doing this?
Loses the 1v1, but his team comes out ahead and gets the dragon. But, of course, Speed Machine is going to have to rotate top and
Right of the
that.
Arcane is going to come through. Legit takes a couple, but it's not going to be enough.
Just barely standing outside of that.
Holy cow. Lich Bane is not ideal. It might be good on Ziggs, but not as a second item. I definitely think that you benefit more from something else as a second item.
Yeah.
Like,
It's also really more of a win more, you know, taking
exactly.
towers
Exactly.
while
You're
ahead.
right. You're right.
You can't really do that when, you know, you're down 5-2.
And not even that Ziggs needs it to take towers with Satchel Charge and the fact that his passive stacks on towers anyway. So
It just
I
turns,
just really question this item decision by Shafty. Ask me about it. Legit's trying to chase him down in the enemy jungle, but ask me about it. He reveals himself, pops the Ragnarok, and is going to be going down. Taste their fear from Legit on the isolated target. Legit's found himself quite a bit way back in this game after how far behind he was earlier. Nicely done by the jungler of BBB.
even now from the 1-4 that he started the game as, so kudos to him.
Speaking of people in the enemy jungle, Napalm gonna actually aggress onto Red Roots because he has the backup of Shafty in that, pushing out that top lane.
There we have it. The gold is even with the 8 kill lead because of those 2 towers.
Yeah. And then the other,
And the 50 CS on the top lane.
the other big thing that I find myself very heavily questioning this game is King Gilgalad's item build.
Oh yeah, Bork.
Yeah,
Phantom
so
Dancer.
he actually went the Phantom Dancer first. And I kind of was like, okay, I can see you do that. But then to go Blade of the Rune King second, I guess he's just feeling very pressured, wants to be able to sustain through the poke, but you're really gimping your overall damage as Ashe by not going for the crit-oriented build, instead going for, like, kind of just a half-hearted on-hit build, because if you were really truly going for an on-hit build, you would have gone for the Runon's Hurricane rather than the Phantom Dancer. Additionally, Ashe doesn't have any inherent on-hit abilities in her kit, or at least in terms of damage. Of course, you have the on-hit slow, but it's not really as effective to stack on hits with the slow because the slow lasts and it isn't like reapplied or boosted by doing more damage or more on hit effects or anything like that. So you're just really lacking in damage from this Ashe.
Yeah, you got your damage, and there aren't really.
Oh
even
wow,
takes row.
Ragnarok popped and the Blade of the Rune King active. Shafty's slowed and he's just gonna like. Oh, they get the hero's entrance and the Stand United. Ask me about it. Gets him with the last axe, but the Enchanted Crystal Arrow onto its Napalm. Blade of the Rune King active. He's whimsied up. They're gonna focus him down. They get the kill and the Infinite Duress onto Legit. The Wild Growth to chain it in. He hops away. Right of the Arcane sets him down. Nicely done by Boy Toy Dre. Showtime stands there, takes the damage from Red Ribs and all of the rest of the Ride of the Arcane. Nice fight by the old Razzle Dazzle. At the end of the day, it's a 2 for 4.
Yeah, that was a.
It's more 2 fights than anything.
Yeah, 2 fights, but Showtime, he stood there and took 3 hits of right of the Arcane. That is a lot of damage for a
Showtime
Tristana.
died with flash up. Was standing there in melee range, trading autos with a Warwick, as well as eating all of Rite of the Arcane from Boy Toy True, who's now 8-3. So that's a not the Xerath you want to take free damage from. Luden's Echo, Leandri's Torment, and looks to be building towards the Rapidon's Death Cap, which of course now builds out of the 2 needless large rods.
Can't get over that.
Because Riot thought that was like, oh, this is the best way we can do it, you know?
I was making fun of a guy, my mid laner, last night in a game. I was like, why is he building two needle rods? And
oh, right, that's what it actually is now.
That's what Deathcap builds out of now.
And see, now, you see King Gilgalad now building a second Zeal item after his Phantom Dancer, which I assume will be the Runon's Hurricane. But the problem is, when you don't have an Infinity Edge, then those crits aren't nearly as effective. Just having that 60% crit chance isn't really as useful. Especially with the way Ash's crits work. Oh, a big damage from Mega Inferno
Troy
Bomb, but
goes
not
down
enough to...
low enough that he's going to have to back off, which means that BBB can push this up.
Oh,
without...
Flash Shadow Dash from Napalm misses! And that means he's feared up under the tower. BBB trying to focus it down, but Napalm taking a lot of damage. The hero's entrance coming down. Reverence will get knocked up by it, but he has the infinite duress. Taunt expires from Speed Machine, but BBB got the tower. That's what they wanted. But Ask Me About It in the top lane is still continuing to push, and Razzle Dazzle able to hold this one off, especially with Boy Toy Troy back in the mix. Shadow Dash in from Napalm, but they have nothing. Shafty is going very dangerously low. The Satchel Charge to disengage. We're right at the Arcane. Shafty flashes away from the first shot. The second will land. The third, and Shafty burning away with the Leandry's Torment. Will it be enough? No, he survives. The Stand United came in just in time, but the Infinite Duress now onto Showtime. He's gonna get jumped away. They flash forward. Buster shots him away, and Ask Me About It still pressuring that inhibitor. Oh, and Reverence just gonna chase him down, slowed up by Legit, but Reverence just turns his focus onto him. Wild Growth comes through, and Boy Toy Troy snipes down Showtime. Now it's Speed Machine dueling onto Ask Me About It in the top lane, slowed up by the Undertow. Will get taunted up. The Shadow Dash coming in from Napalm will chain taunt, and he will finally go down, but he already got the inhibitor, and the rest of Razzle Dazzle pushing in the bot.
Huge macro misplay from BBB there. They just kept pushing when they knew they couldn't get anything, and Ask Me About It was sitting on their inhibitor turret. They should have sent 2 people back. Because we just saw that Speed Machine cannot reliably 1v1 Ask Me About It.
And there's another thing. Shafty keeps on using the Satchel Charge just sort of randomly.
Yeah.
I really don't like that.
It's a long cooldown ability, and he only has 20% cooldown reduction right now.
Yeah, or 30. He has 30.
Oh,
because
he has...
Ludens gives 20%.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Yeah, it gives 10% from stats and 10% from a unique passive, so that that makes it so that you can't stack those 2 items and get 40% immediately. You'll get 30% from stacking 2 of those items with that unique passive.
Alright, but still 30%, and if, he better not be maxing W, that's still, what,
it's still pretty, it's a pretty long cooldown. And the thing is, the Satchel Charge is such a valuable tool, not only for getting yourself to safety, but also peeling for yourself or peeling for Showtime, if Showtime happens to be the one who gets jumped on. And it's, you could also use it to catch people, but really he's just using it for poke, and that's really not what you want to do.
Yeah, that's something that that the old Razzle Dazzle can really capitalize on. They see that the Satchel Charge goes down, and that's a Warwick ult right there, or Ragnarok.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it looks like they're setting up for Baron, getting vision or the old Razzle Dazzle is at least.
Yeah, they do have a control ward in the pit. They sweep through this area. They know that there's nothing by BBB to try and stop them yet.
And BBB's kind of stuck in their base. They can't really do anything.
Oh, what is this? The Twin Shadows from Shafty.
Huh.
Alright.
I mean, I miss Twin Shadows as much as anyone. But
so what does it give? It gives movement
AP.
speed, it gives AP, it gives some CDR, and of course the unique the spooky ghosts. A BBB clearing us some vision, but they have no idea the old Razzle Dazzle. Wow!
Oh,
legit! Just gets 100-0'd by Boy Toy Troy as Ask Me About It kills Shafty in the middle of his team. Speed Machine now getting flashed away from by Ask Me About It. He'll just continue to trade. The Winds of War will be enough to take him down, but they got to deal with Super Minions streaming in from the top lane, and now 4 Baron buffs on the side of the old Razzle Dazzle.
I mean, I don't know what to say. That was, legit. Unfortunate, but getting caught out there gave them the free Baron, and then Ask Me About It is so strong that he could just kill Shafty without even considering Speed Machine.
Speed Machine and its Napalm both had their ultimates up to try and save either Shafty or Legit, but they
did it.
I don't think either of them really expected either of them to die there, really.
Yeah.
but that's a second inhibitor going down in favor of the old Razzle Dazzle. It's still a 4v4 on the map, but Shafty will be up first, and of course he is closer there, but they've got to worry about the super minions streaming in from that top side, legit being sent to deal with them right now, but the poke is starting to come through from Boy Toy Troy with his Rapidons completed, is going to be doing a lot of damage. The Shadow Dash misses from Napalm. Mega Inferno Bomb only lands on a King Gilgalad, and now they're doing damage. That's a good time for Speed Machine. He's getting very close onto Boy Toy Troy with a flash heal. Legit exhausted. He will get stunned. The wall goes, and they live. King Gilgalad survives. Now Rev Roots is on the run out. Winds of War comes through. Summoner Heal comes out, and he snipes down Showtime as well. Ride of the Arcane is raining down upon them, and ask me about it once more. Shafty gets to the base. The hero's entrance absorbed by the Ragnarok, but he just turns onto the Gallia. Will he have the damage? No. Winds of War will take him down, but Razzle Dazzle are looking at the third and final inhibitor.
BBB gets the old Razzle Dazzle so low in that team fight. 3 members of them at less than 300 health and just cannot seem to bring it out. Hadley on the Lulu, just clutch shields, clutch wild growth.
This is the last stand. It's Napalm goes in and dies
And
basically
that's
immediately.
gonna be
It's
the
a double
game.
kill for Boy Toy Troy, and the old Razzle Dazzle will take the victory over BBB.
Carried on the back of Boy Toy Troy.
14-3 on the Zerath. He had more than half of his team's kills. But of course, you do have to credit Ask Me About It. He died 10 times that game, but just a continuous source of pressure. I don't think I ever saw him group with the team.
Yeah, I think he showed up with his team once and then headed back top lane and got like 2 towers right after that.
Yeah. So it will be the old Razzle Dazzle. They just pick up a victory, start to push their way back up the standings. Now 2-3, and BBB at an unfortunate 0-5. So that will be the second game of the day. Again, we did skip the Iron Man, by the way, versus Reign of Kings game because of the patch changes. Unfortunately, we can't show that game. But we're going to take a short break before we get into our third game of the night, which will be between United as One Platinum and OU Platinum. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018 Platinum Capped Week 5. We just saw the old Razzle Dazzle take a nice victory over Brahms Bodybuilders. I'm Alex HNA22 and we're joined now by Corey Hungerbunger Bunger. Thanks for being here.
Yep, glad to be here.
We have two more games for you tonight, and the next one of which will be between United is One Platinum and this is United is One Platinum and OU Platinum. Mistyped. I'm silly.
What are we gonna do?
All right, we're going ahead and getting into it. I'm tired of talking about myself. It is, of course, United is One Platinum on the blue side up against OU Platinum on the red side. Let's take a look. Both of these teams sitting at a respectable 2-2 record. Both of them wanting to move up in the standings, and not that they want to push the other one down, but that's an unfortunate side effect of what will happen.
Is it fortunate or unfortunate?
I guess it depends on like if they ever end up like, oh, this is the last spot for playoffs. I gotta push the other guy down. As United is One Platinum, look for a 5-man invade onto the bottom side. OU Platinum just fanning into their the other entries to the jungle. When they are spotted out immediately by Water Bear, and Water Bear gotta get out of range of this pillar here, but Sentai Sage might start. Dark Binding gonna land onto Water Bear, gonna get slowed up. He's gonna take the Relentless Pursuit, but there's the pillar. He's gonna flash away as well. They rocket jump forward from Beerus, but a little bit slow there. Piplup goes to the flash knock up onto 3, and the Elastic Slingshot comes in, lands onto 3 members of United as One. The Aftershock comes through, but nobody's dead yet.
That was a lot of action. Oh, Golden almost picking up Barris there.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's nobody dies, and 2 flashes burned on the side of OU Platinum. Only the heal from Beerus. Okay. So
Beerus did use his health pot as well, though.
Okay, yeah, that is. I guess that's true.
It's not a whole lot, but I mean, it is definitely.
It is something. It is something. So, looking down the bans of this game, Rakan, Malzahar, and Sona banned away by United as One. On the other side, Sejuani, Ornn, and Jinx banned away by OU Platinum. And then in the second rotation of bans, 2 top laners targeted by United as One, Swain and Shen. And then Wukong and Maokai taken away from United as One by OU Diamond. Or OU Platinum.
Yeah, words.
Words are hard. Especially this late into the week. We had all of the stream yesterday, and I'm halfway through this one. Oh, Piplup, I think he just missed a knockup onto Beerus there. Unfortunate. Janna is a really fun champion that gives everyone on your team move speed and doesn't have any problems in because you just press W on anyone else and they die. I love Janna. If you
Really? No, I couldn't tell. Not one bit.
Water Bear, unfortunately, forced to take the Relentless Pursuit at level 1 is gonna hamper his ability to trade early on, but Beerus and Hofer... Oh yeah, and to be fair, Beerus did take the Rocket Jump as well, so I guess they're both like, we can't really do anything at level 1, let's just push our lanes.
It does balance out a little bit. I'm excited to see how well the ADCs do combat CSing. I don't know if you talked about this earlier, but they did take away 5 extra damage.
Oh yeah, the 5 reduced damage on auto attacks to minions.
Yeah, which means you do actually have to prep the siege minion, or not the siege minions, but the mage minions.
Oh really?
When they come in, yes.
Yeah.
Depending
on
who you're
Skolden
playing.
is getting ganked by Sentai Sage. Ooh, flashes away. The Pillar of Ice came out a little bit. I guess you could say it's either early or late from Sentai Sage, because if he'd held it, he could have thrown it down behind Skolden after the flash. Or if he'd done it earlier, he might have been able to knock Skolden up and put a little bit more damage down. But in any case, Alarcion getting traded on by Tall Guy. I'm going to hook shot onto him. Doesn't quite have the range, and Alarcion will turn back some damage. Water Bear and Piplup do have the slightest of CS leads over Beerus and Hofer, but Beerus is going to get knocked up, but no follow-up from Water Bear. Piplup not on the same page there. Now Water Bear chooses to go in, but he's exhausted immediately, and here comes Blender Fist looking for the Elastic Slingshot. Doesn't have the range, but he is going to get the Stretching Strikes. Hofer has to flash away, so that was both summoners out of Hofer, but Beerus still has his flash waiting.
That was a flash from Piplup as well in that. Oh no, he used that earlier, didn't he?
He used it
that
earlier.
was used earlier.
Ooh, messes up the combo.
He hits him with that sick
Gives him with
thumbs
the
up.
thumbs up emote. Scoldin. Who gets the stun on the Chrono Swifty, so that'll be a little bit of damage. He gets to turn back around onto him. A Larcion now gonna get a wallop onto Tall Guy. Will get caught by the tactical sweep. Now Sentai Sage has the Pillar of Ice, slowing up Water Bear, but nothing to follow through. So Water Bear just turns it back around with the Ardent Blaze. Now he's gonna turn onto Hover. The Rocket Jump comes through. That's a nice combo from Piplup on the 2 members, but now he's in trouble. He'll just have to walk away. He'll slow down just a little bit. Okay, so let's talk about things. Sentai Sage is on the jungle Trundle, which in the past I've really been not a fan of Trundle in the jungle.
Oh, it's something that I actually used to play a lot. I haven't played it this
Yeah,
season.
there was a
much,
period of
but-
time when it was very good, and then it wasn't something that I really thought was very good. But there have been some changes that make Trundle actually very appealing as a jungler. The fact that we are more in a single target camp meta, taking things like the buffs and the Gromp are a lot more impactful than taking Raptors now, since Raptors did get nerfed. Especially as well as the fact that Trundle has a lot of good options as far as itemization goes.
Mhm.
So Trundle is a little bit better as far as jungle goes. I don't know as far as the champion as a whole goes, because really Trundle's just a big ball of stats, more than
He is.
anything.
And then he
pops
steals
his
it.
ultimate, and it does. It's just unfair, and then his ultimate expires, and you just kill him. That's kind of Trundle in a nutshell. So I don't know how good Trundle is in general, but Chrono Shifty going for the Soul Shackles on the Scold, and he will root him up. Dark Binding Lance, Torment, Destroy, and the Ignite Scold, and will go down first blood. Chrono Shifty gets a solo kill, and now Blenderfist trying to get onto him. I
That's
think
level
this
4
is a
versus
level
level
4
6.
versus level 6, yeah. And Dark Binding is going to come out. Chrono Shifty trying to avoid the juke. Stretching Strike comes out, trying to get the health back, and Sentai Sage coming in to back him up. But Chrono Shifty doesn't have any more to contribute. We'll just let Blenderfist walk away this time. Is Xerath becoming a new power pick? I would say that... Well, let me hold that thought as Beerus is getting aggressed on. The Howling Gale comes across. Beerus is going to get stunned up. Summoner who comes out, throws down the explosive charge. Exhaust comes out from Piplup. That'll be the end of that. Okay.
Just a little.
Heal for Exhaust. That's what it was. Is Xerath becoming a power pick? I would argue, I think Xerath is actually quite good. I think Xerath has actually always been relatively strong, just not like the top tier of mid laners like Zoe and Azir. But with Zoe nerfs, Zoe's obviously not as appealing of an option for mid lane. With the AP item changes, I think those heavily benefited Xerath in particular. Luden's Echo being an item that provides mana, as well as the nice little thing, that the little purple goop that pops out whenever you hit an ability. I think that's good for Xerath that you can rush that item now. Granted, does the
Question mark?
Blenderfist just got blobbed by the red buff.
He got killed by the red buff.
Got it. Okay. Oh man. Alarcion with a nice bounce will get him out of the gank. Does the Lost Chapter build into the Luden's Echo? I know it used to build in the Morellonomicon, but I actually have no idea anymore.
I don't really know the build path. I don't play a lot of mid lane.
I know what the items do, but I don't know any of their build paths. I'm not gonna lie. I have not played any AP casters. Oh, Alarcion about to go mini. Doesn't get his Gnar off, and now he has to flash away with the Hextech ultimate. Comes in from Tall Guy, but he's got Scoldin here. Tall Guy has to flash away. Takes another tower shot. Right at the Arcane coming through. One more. Yes, it will. Scoldin picks up the kill. Nicely done. Good roam by the mid laner of OU Platinum to save Alarcion. Alarcion, I think he was trying to get a Gnar into the tower, but he didn't get it, didn't find it in time, or hesitated a little bit, and then he went mini and he says, "Oh, this is awkward," and then almost goes down. The Tall Guy doesn't quite have the auto attack reset to kill Alarcion. Now there's a stun from Sentai Sage, but the Dark Binding will find Blenderfist, and now they're gonna get onto him. Soul Shackles comes out. The Pillar of Ice. Save that Pillar of Ice. You could have interrupted the Elastic Slingshot with that.
I was about to say earlier in that gank top lane, he could have interrupted Alarcion's jump with that pillar as well.
It's a lot harder to do it with the jump because you have to do it while he's in motion. But while Blenderfist is charging the Elastic Slingshot, that's something you just like bleh, pop it up.
Mm-hmm.
In any case, I I think that this item builds into
Lost
Luden's
chapter?
Echo. I
I-
think it does. Yeah, it has the haste passive, which also the Luden's Echo has. So yeah, the Lost Chapter does build into the Luden's Echo. So yeah, that is what I believe Skolden will be going for. Also, and Chrono Shifty has the Lost Chapter as well, but I imagine that his will probably go towards the Hextech GLP, which also builds out of that now. Oddly enough, Piplup going aggressive onto Beerus is going to rocket jump out of there. The Howling Gale will keep away Water Bear, but here comes the Culling. Is doing a lot of damage onto Hofer. Buster shot him out of there. Hofer actually flashed, opting to use the Summoner spell. Did not think that the Monsoon would be enough. Now Piplup getting ready to come in with a combo. Goes in for it, but that was a little bit of miscommunication there because Water Bear turned around. Now the Monsoon comes out. We'll keep him topped off. The exhaust comes out onto Hofer. A little bit of miscommunication from the bottom lane of OU Platinum, but Blenderfist has snuck his way into the side brush. Will he find the Elastic Slingshot? He is only level 6, so he doesn't have that maxed out, doesn't have the max range on it, as Tall Guy hook shots defensively away from a Larceon.
Looks like he's waiting for the last. There he is, creeping up down into that first bottom brush. Looking for the minion wave probably to come back before he jumps down.
Is trying to see if he can find Urus and Hofer. Side of United is 1. Charge up the Elastic Slingshot. He doesn't want to be spotted immediately, but Urus is very close now, but they
Oh,
gotta
they saw
worry.
him. He stepped out of the bush there.
Oh, did they? Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, I think he gave up on that one, especially considering he probably had some notification from his side that Chrono Shifty was down here, but now Piplup is in trouble. The Soul Shackles are popped. Dark Binding will land, and no Unbreakable Will to pop it. He is going to go down. Beerus picks up the kill with an auto.
Good knockup from the Janna there to keep Blenderfist from jumping in. I mean, it probably would have been a suicide mission either way,
Yeah.
but
Nicely done by Hofer. Janna's a really nice pick against Zac in particular. And in general, an Elastic Slingshot going to land on the Beerus. Oh! Interrupts the rocket jump! Stretching Strikes will put him into the tower, and he's going to get Let's Bounce Up, ducks Tristana into the tower, and Water Bear will pick up the kill. Nicely done by Blender. Okay, so that'll be, at the end of the day, it's now a 2-4-2, or 2 kills to 2, a 1,000 gold lead in favor of United as 1. Mostly just because of the CS discrepancy in the middle. And first blood, of course. Tall Guy now jumping onto a Larceon. Is going to hop over him. The Hextech Ultimatum comes through, but a Larceon about to go Mega gets the wallop off. Is trying to get in position for a Gnar into the wall, but Chrono Swifty is now here. And now a Larceon is on the run. Dodges the Dark Binding, but has to walk through the Torment. So a hook shot comes through, and Tall Guy will take him down. Meanwhile, Sentai Sage is going to get the Pillar of Ice, just going to force Piplup away. His bottom lane was not anywhere near, can't take the 1v2 just yet. Skolden going to try and catch Chrono Shifty. Oh,
he
misses the stun! He will get some damage down. That could have been quite a bit more damage. Blenderfist was in the area ready to Elastic Slingshot in to help his mid laner if he had landed that stun.
I don't even know if he would have... Oh, and there's the stun, though.
This time, and there's a lot of damage. The Black Shield comes out, but it's not enough. The physical damage from the Xerath auto attack takes him down. Solo kill for Skolden. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't block all damage. You only block magic damage with that one. Piplup looking to try and stun up Beerus. He's just trying to prevent as much damage from the tower as possible because Water Bear's not even here. Now Piplup needs to be careful not to go too low in this 1v2 situation.
Here comes Water Bear back.
But Piplup, does he have the combo back up? He does. Looking for... Oh, he messes it up! Oh, man. Yeah, to be fair, that kind of thing is when you would be like, okay, he messed that one up, doesn't quite know the range of his W. If you do the W and then you Q and mess up and don't knock him up, that's a little bit more embarrassing. So we'll give Piplup a pass on that.
Yeah. It looks like he did just slightly overestimate the distance of the dash.
Yeah, quite unfortunate. That might have been a good trade for United, or for OU Platinum, but it definitely would not have been a kill. Pillar of Ice going to come down. Nice headbutt away from Piplup, and Beerus going to rocket jump forward, but Water Bear and Piplup ready to turn it back around onto him. They're looking for the combo onto him. Beerus is going to go very low, but the Monsoon comes out, and now Piplup has definitely overstepped his bounds. Going to pop the Unbreakable Will. Do they have it? Was Sentai Sage going to get one more auto? No, he turns around to a Water Bear. Has to flash away from Blenderfist's Elastic Slingshot. There's the slow going to land from Skolden looking for more damage. He's going to get the Q off as well. Beerus now moving around. There's the stun. Goes wide, just right down the middle of United is one. Blenderfist going to be Pillar of Ice, It will be nobody going down now. A Larcian getting jumped on by Tall Guy. This tactical sweep comes through with a Hextech ultimatum. Can A Larcian kite this one out? He needs to get more hyper procs. No, he's just so low. Hofer gonna give a shield onto Chrono Swifty. Whoa! The snipe from Scold and killing streak for United is One's mid laner. United is One. OU Platinum's mid laner.
It does look like Elarcium was able to hop away from that,
The
but...
Arcane onto Beerus. He's gonna rocket jump.
Oh,
the
the
read!
read!
Golden reads him like a book. Chrono Swifty, Black Shield himself. He says, you didn't need that one. And Beerus says, oh man. And no Black Shield available. He's gonna get a knockup. Whoa, but Water Bear pops to the Soul Shackles. Is gonna stun up Blender Fist under tower as well. Though gets blood. Piplup on the run out. Skolden trying to snipe him down. Will go unstoppable. And he will survive the tower dive, but it will cost them Blender Fist life.
I think there might have been just a little bit of miscommunication there at the start of that fight. Water Bear just taking the turret right off.
No, I don't even think did Water Bear have tower aggro?
It looks like he might have.
Because I think Soul Shackles just did enough damage with the Luden's Echo proc to just pop him from his current health bar. I think that's what I think happened. That cause Water Bear was a little bit low.
Okay,
And
he
then
probably...
Shifty just Soul Shackles and popped him with the Luden's Echo proc.
Alright, he was probably a little bit lower than I thought he was. I see he did not use heal. I thought he might have in that fight, just to stay alive, but that would make sense. Without the heal use, he would have then died to the Soul Shackles.
Let's see. So it is a 400 gold lead for United as One Platinum. Elarcian, yeah, like you said, he was able to survive. Tall Guy was able to make it out of there somehow. We didn't get to see. That is One starting to push onto this bottom lane. Water Bear gonna go for it aggressively. Beerus is gonna take some damage. Nice! Howling Gale actually interrupts Piplup's combo. He's looking for the knockup, but he's getting kited out by United as One. Just rocket jumps him out of there. Piplup, he will have the potion, so he's gonna be like, okay, that's a 20-second cooldown I just burned, and now I go in. He's looking for the stun. Just gonna try an auto attack on someone. Will get it on to Hofer, but Water Bear actually is too low to really follow. He actually has to flash or heal himself away as Beerus goes aggressive. Now Chrono Shifty taking some damage from Skolden. All Guy going aggressive. Nicely dodged on the hook shot. Larson gonna turn it back around. Now Blender Fist. He's gonna go in Elastic Six. Nice dodge with the Hextech ultimatum, but the Stretching Strikes will catch him. Wallop comes through. Meanwhile, Skolden dies solo kill, but the Gnar from Larcian will take out Tall Guy. Our First Blood was acquired for United as One. But they lost their top laner, but Skolden actually got soloed out by Chrono Swifty. It looks like a full combo Soul Shackles with the Dark Binding come through.
And now we have United's One turning onto the Drake.
Ocean Drake is being started up by United's One. No wave for OU Platinum to take down that tower on the top lane. They're trying really hard with Blender Fist committing a lot of time up there. But it will be an Ocean Drake going down in favor of United's One.
No, the TP was going to force Elarcion back, so he will not, in fact, get that turret. But it is primed. It is ready to be knocked over.
I have a lot of this standing gold available for Platinum, with that tower going very low in the top lane. Now they got a lot of focus from United as One in this mid lane. Piplup gonna headbutt away Sentai Sage, trying to defend that tower or that control ward as Tolga goes aggressive onto Larcian yet again. Tactical sweep dodged by the hop. Have these abilities like Gnar's E and Kha'Zix's E. Like, one of them is like hop and one of them is leap. You just have to keep track of which one's which. Piplup actually pops the Unbreakable Will, goes aggressive on the Sentai Sage. There's the Cullen coming out. He's gonna pop his he's gonna pop the thing where Water Bear actually flashes in to get Soul Shackles and die. Yeah, I can't even. Man, Trundle Ultimate is something I should remember.
I just played Trundle yesterday. I should remember this.
Oh golly, it's gonna bother me now.
I
know what it is too. I can't even click him because he's dead. It's something stupid. Now Chrono Shifty gonna use the Black Shield to dodge away from Blender Fist. The Stretching Strikes, no target. He's gonna take very low. Skolden has the damage.
Subjugation.
It's subjugate. It's subjugate. That's what it is. Because he's a king, you know? He has subjects. He subjugates them.
The king of troll, maybe.
Yeah. Blender Fist gonna jump over to the blue buff. Skolden is actually very strong for OU Platinum right now.
Definitely a 7-2.
What's he building that? He has a Blasting one and an Amp Tome, which makes me think it could be the Void Staff. Just early pickup to avoid like make sure that his damage doesn't drop off when they do build Magic Resist. What else could it be? It could be Rylai's. It could be Leandri's. But if it were Leandri's, you would think he'd pick up the Haunting guys before lasting one. I'm not sure. It could be a lot of things. As Tall Guy jumps onto Alarcian, but Alarcian actually about to go Mega Guess, get the wall up, nars him into the wall, has the boulder, but now he's turning it back around. Tall Guy now realizes, I don't think I really wanted this one. Gonna run away. Oh, Camille.
I definitely agree with you that it's going to go into the early Void Staff. I don't necessarily see the point of him picking up the Rylai's right now.
Yeah, not that Rylai's is really that good on the mages. It's really much more effective on like AP brute, like Singed, for example. Singed obviously is the obvious example because it's synergizes so well with his kit, but the type of champion also makes sense for that one.
Yeah, something also a little bit.
Oh, Tall Guy got the hook shot out of there.
And it also works really well with people like Vlad and Swain, just someone who's just sitting there wanting to try and keep
Those
close
dark
to people.
bindings really hurt.
They do, and once you get caught, you're just trapped
You're
forever.
stuck there for 3 seconds. Morgana has the single longest duration CC. Now Water Bear getting jumped on by Beerus. Buster shots him into the wall. Right of the Arcane comes out. Whoa, that's a big burst of damage onto Beerus! Beerus just dies to the right of the Arcane and the Culling, but that will cost Scold his life as he uses the stopwatch. It will not be him getting away, and Sentai Sage chomps down onto him. He gets abducted into the tower. Sentai Sage is going to be able to just walk it out, but Water Bear's now here. He won't be able to get it out of this time. Pop Piplup headbutts onto him. Exhaust comes down. He will get the knockup. Chrono Swifty is just going to be going down as Water Bear has the damage. He will get ignited, but it will not be his death. Chrono Swifty, that's a 3 for 1 in favor of OU Platinum. After everything is said and done.
A little bit messy, but overall, well played.
Yeah.
Not panicking at all, just following up. Good communication there.
Yeah,
on the side
Water
of
Bear
OU.
was able to survive long enough and put out consistent damage enough for that right of the Arcane to give him the edge he needed for Beerus to go down. Hofer actually didn't even Monsoon to keep him alive. Don't even think he was expecting all that damage to come out, and he wasn't in a position to push anyone away. Oh, and there's the combo from Piplup onto Hofer, but that's a big shield coming out. Howling Gale, now Piplup might get focused, but no, Beerus just rocket jumps onto Water Bear. Out of mana, nothing that Lucian can do in this fight. Now Piplup is in the middle there. Beerus should just turn around. Yeah, exactly. There he goes. There's the combo coming down. Piplup gonna auto onto Beerus, but it will be him surely going down here. Well, it'll cost Beerus his flash.
The rocket jump wouldn't have quite been up yet, but
Yeah, I think if he just turned onto Piplup earlier, he wouldn't have had to flash for that kill. Tunneled a little bit too hard onto Water Bear. Beerus is definitely a very gifted ADC in Platinum Cap, but he does have these moments where he plays overly aggressive or tunnels.
I mean, I've in the little amount of ADC I've played too, it's a little hard sometimes, just because you see someone there and they're about to die, and you don't realize you just walk a little bit too far, and you're like, oh wait, I could have gotten this other kill instead without needing to use a flash or use a heal.
Water Bear, he does have the Essence Reaver and the Static Shiv. Looking very likely he'll build towards the Infinity Edge as his third item. Will give him a big boost in terms of damage. Now a 3-man possibly dive here, but Chrono Shift gonna find Water Bear. The Dark Binding easy as all to hit. Now Alarcian aggressing on the Beerus. The Elastic Slingshot doesn't find Hofer, but he will get Stretching Striked in. But Tall Guy goes aggressive. Oh, that's a good Howling Gale, but Alarcian linked with the Gnar will only find one. Wallop comes out, but it will be Beerus taking another kill. Dark Binding goes wide. Beerus gets the combo. Will take a lot of damage from Scold, and the right of the Arcane is ready. He just needs to get into a good position to use it. Put down some damage on Water Bear, takes the red buff for himself. He actually survived Chrono Swifty there. Now the Culling coming out on the Sentai Sage as Piplup goes for the combo over the wall, but he pops the Subjugate. Elastic Slingshot comes through, but no target for the Stretching Strikes. Pillar of Ice pushes Water Bear away. Sentai Sage gonna get slowed by the Blue Smite. Will it be enough? They just need a little bit more. Piplup does find the knockup, and they need one more. Piplup will pick up the kill. Now Chrono Swifty look for the Soul Shackles. Dark Binding lands as well. Tormented Soil burning away as Tall Guy comes in, and they pick up Scoldin. The Howling Gale doesn't find anyone, but the tower is already down, and United's one walk away happy with what they've got here. Maybe. Depending on if
Maybe not.
Alarcian is going to come through. I think he teleported down there, just ran in, doesn't realizes nobody's here to follow, and he'll just walk it back away. Beerus soloing out the Ocean Dragon. It will be double Ocean for United as one.
That is going to be a lot of regeneration on their side.
Yeah, unfortunately, all 3 outer towers are down, so the laning phase is not going to be extended. It's not really as effective to have these Ocean Drakes. They would much rather have the Scaling Infernal or the Mountain Drake for sieges and possible barons. It is the Void Staff for Skolden. Okay,
He did already make that into a Void Staff.
so not a lot of magic resist yet for the side of United is one, but a good pickup nonetheless. It is still very valuable. It's The Void Staff, unlike the Last Whisper, is actually total magic resist rather than the bonus that Last Whisper offers. So Void Staff is always at least kind of good, and it will prevent your damage from falling off quite as hard when they do start building magic. So I do like this from Skolden. He's got a Null Magic Mantle and a Fiendish Codex in his inventory, which makes me think probably going towards the Banshee's Veil next. Which makes a lot of sense actually, because really the only thing that will just like stray hit him from the side of United's one is the Dark Binding, which is the most important thing to dodge. Oh, that's a good Gnar from a Larcion. Just push this Tall Guy out of the hookshot, but that is his ultimate invested for just the hookshot from Tall Guy. Now Piplup taking some punishment from Beerus and Hofer. Sentai Sage hanging out around this area.
Say Chrono Swifty definitely getting really confident in himself, picking up that Magi Soul Stealer.
Yeah, that is a little premature, I'd probably say, especially since he didn't even have a finished Dark Seal when he finished it. But oh, that's not where you wanted to jump forward, Water Bear. But the Right of the Arcane coming through. Sentai Sage just going up for Water Bear. Is trying to be peeled up, but Blender Fist can't find him. And Piplup actually going to die to Beerus as well. The Right of the Arcane was not there in time, and Tall Guy comes in. There's the Hextech Ultimatum onto Skolden. Skolden can't get away. He will just get auto down by Beerus, and now Blender Fist, the focus. He will get blobbed, and he will be going down. Beerus, will he pick it up? Yes, it will. It's a triple kill for the ADC of United is one. Yeah, that was that just went poorly when Water Bear and Piplup went aggressive when they didn't have vision there. So Water Bear essentially just leaped forward into the waiting arms of the Troll King. Sentai Sage just pops the subjugate and starts hitting him. Nothing that Water Bear can really do without that dash and the Pillar of Ice slowing his movement. And not enough, and they don't have enough peel tools once Piplup had already used his combo and Blender Fist no target to pull the stretching strikes off of him.
That's definitely something good that United has been doing this game. I've noticed there's been a lot of warding going on in that bottom lane. I don't think I've seen a time when that pink or that Tri-Brush there has not had a ward in it, and I think the river, this is the first time the bottom side of the river I haven't seen a ward there for them either.
That's a good Dark Binding, and that's thus all of the members of United's one. Larcion just sort of walks into the nest of them, straight into the middle, and that's really quite unfortunate, and that is that lack of vision that you're just talking about.
I'll say that definitely allowed for this last 4v5 team fight on the side of United Gaming. United has won. They pulled that off great. Tall Guy had his TP, Arlacion did not. It was just a well-coordinated fight.
And Larcion is trying to build tankiness now. He has a Bramble Vest, which the Bramble Vest is very effective in the 1v1 against the Camille and against the Trundle, who are both very heavily auto-attack focused. Water Bear going to take the Tormented Soil and the Luden's Echo proc, but that will be it. Nice sidestep on the Dark Binding. But unfortunately, at this point, he's a little bit... He and his team as a whole are behind. Now Piplup getting aggressed on by Beerus, and Beerus is just going to unload a lot of auto attacks with plus the explosive charge. And Piplup goes in onto Hofer. Nicely done! See, Skolden says, hey, kill that Janna. And he says, got it, boss. Gets the knockup, chains it into the stun, and Skolden just has enough damage to kill a squishy Janna like that. Gonna pop the Soul Shackles onto Piplup. Unbreakable Will popped, and he is gonna get stunned up. Not in the Tormented Soil though. Piplup will finally die to an auto attack from Chrono Swifty just before he flashes over the side. Actually, it was the Ignite. I lied. Right of the Arcane coming through. There's a Blender Fist. He cannot get his ultimate off. Beerus goes godlike, auto attacking him down. Larcion still trying to find Sentai Sage, but with no Frozen Mallet, there's no chase power. Water Bear now in his bad spot, has to dash away through the Tormented Soil.
That was a very big Trundle just now.
Yeah.
Very tanky.
Sentai Sage is a very tanky boy. Blender Fist, unfortunately, quite a bit behind Sentai Sage now. Does have the Warmog's armor, so he's got more true tankiness, but with the level lead Sentai Sage Well, I speak too soon. I don't know if he actually has a level lead, but he does have an overall lead. The Titanic Hydra coming through, and of course the Subjugate giving him that extra bit of tankiness. Sentai Siege is a little bit more threatening than Blender Fist is right now.
No, there is actually not a level difference at all between the two junglers,
Yeah.
but definitely that Subjugate, he can pop that onto Piplup, he can pop that onto anybody he wants. And there are 3 viable options on the side of OU to pick. He could pick the Gnar, he can pick the Zac, or he could pick the Alistar, and either way, he's going to be getting a lot of tanky stats from that.
Ulting the Alistar isn't necessarily the best thing because a lot of Alistar's tankiness comes from his ultimate, which is just flat damage reduction, so it's not resistances that you can steal with the Subjugate. Additionally, it won't really make him that much squishier since a lot of his because of the flat damage reduction. But you're right, it will potentially help them burn down Piplup if that's who they choose to go for.
I wasn't necessarily thinking of burning people down, I was just thinking of Sentai Sage staying alive longer in the fights.
Yeah.
Either way, just having 3 tank options for him to build his, to steal, in a sense.
Up by Sentai Sage. As the ward war is coming out, he's going to kill the ward. Now he's just going to have to run it out because he's going to be continuously slowed by Sentai Sage. The Pillar of Ice will be up fairly soon. Going to get headbutted out. Actually, I think he just messed up the combo there. That's the one you don't get a free pass on.
Well, he already got 1 free pass earlier, so he's not going to get another one now.
Alright, United is one group around the Mountain Drake. It will be the 3rd dragon if they do secure it, and it's going down very fast, yeah. United is one, surely no problem picking that one up as Chrono Swifty moves forward just to zone them away. Gives Beerus the boost. The Blast Cone. Beerus is really strong right now as well. 8-3-2 with the Infinity Edge, the Static Shift, the Lord Dominique's Regards, and a QSS, just to ensure that if he gets stunned up by Skolden, he at least has a chance to run away. Larcian doesn't have a Frozen Mallet yet. Of course, Frozen Mallet was nerfed for Gnar on this patch. Less of a slow on ranged champion. I don't know. I don't know if it's still worth it to go on him, but he's definitely going to get jumped on by Tall Guy here. He's slowly stacking up that Rage Bar, but Tall Guy does have that big Precision Protocol proc. Ball up gonna get tactical sweeped up anyway. Larcian just gonna try and hold against Tall Guy, who is actually now 2 levels up on him. Banshee's Veil finished off for Skolden like we had predicted, but that's a 14 stack Morgana on the Medjai's Soul Stealer, and just the threat of those Dark Bindings as well, the constant Tormented Soil just being dropped on top of them, makes it really hard for United or for OU Platinum to really hold. Especially with a low-range ADC like Lucy, and that's Dark Binding plus Tormented Soul took out half of Piplup's health.
Yeah, that's something definitely. I'm not going to doubt the viability of. Oh,
Blender Fist getting jumped on by Sentai Sage, but now he'll get jumped on by 2 members. But this is 3 members just trying to catch down a subjugated Trundle, and the Pillar of Ice will cut them all off. They both flash over the side. There's a nice combo from Skolden onto Chrono Swifty. Right at the arc. Chrono Swifty actually Zanya's to dodge away from them. He's gonna land the remaining ones. No, he cannot find it.
Good zoning there from
but there's the Dark
Larcian.
Binding is gonna land, but there's the oh, the combo comes through. The Gnar into the wall on a Sentai Sage who has no subjugate now. United is one on the run. But OU Platinum, they cannot chase. They don't have the chase power. Beerus now looking for some free autos off on Larcian, but he will get forced away by Boomerang.
Yeah, going back to that, talking about the Spirit Visage, I'm a little curious why he did not build that into an adaptive helm instead. I know he gets a little bit of health regen from whenever he turns Mega, but just having the adaptive helm would help so much, especially with the Tormented Soil.
Not only that, but it actually... let's see if Talgar can make it out of this one real quick. Hook shot. Yeah, he's fine.
He's got it.
It actually will reduce the damage portion of the Subjugate as well, because that is magic damage that will be reduced by the adaptive helm. Granted, the damage is not the problem when you get subjugated. It's the reduced resistances that mean you basically die instantly to anyone.
It is still annoying though.
But yeah, but no, it is a good point. I'm not sure why he didn't go for the adaptive helm rather than the Spirit. Let's go. Water Bear Actually, his third item was not the Infinity Edge like we expected. It's actually the Blade of the Rune, which I'm not sure if I like that all that much, to be honest. The Infinity Edge is a multiplicative modifier to your crit, which you already have. So that would be very effective. Not to mention that Blade of the Rune King is very good against health sackers, which Sentai Stage has a lot of health, but I feel like it's not to the point where, especially since you're up against Tall Guy on Camille, who is not a health stacker, he's a bruiser. The Infinity Edge would be more effective, I think, not only for damage against their squishies, but also against the current tank lineup he's up against.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you there. If they had maybe the Zac on their side or something like a Sejuani, two picks like that,
Then the Blade of the Rune King is a little bit more defensible. As it is right, and even then, it's still kind of close. As it is right now, I kind of disagree with this build from this item decision from WaterBear. Hopefer's going to try and clear out some vision for United is one. Just getting ready for that one as Tall Guy actually split pushes down an inhibitor tower. I wasn't even looking at the minimap, and now he's going to jump onto Alarcion. Gets a big precision protocol. Alarcion actually hops forward, and they're still continuing to fight, but now Alarcion's slowly starting to win out on these trades. Look for that one, but United is one. Now they start up the Baron. The culling is going to come out. Pillar of Ice is going to come through. Tall Guy goes for the hook shot in onto Alarcion. The Gnar is not available. He already used it. Precision Protocol coming through. Hextech Ultimatum right to the Arcane coming through. Alarcion going very low. Will it be enough? No! Tall Guy picks up the kill. And nicely sidesteps the right of the Arcane while he's at it. Now the Dark Binding gonna go wide, WaterBear going aggressive, but the Black Shield comes through. Soul Shackles will be Zanya'd, and now Piplup is caught, and he pops it with the Unbreakable Will. Nice Monsoon. Whoa! Ping pong away with Blender Fist. He gets Buster Shotted and Monsooned at the same time, so we got sent in two different directions. Now Alarcion took the inhibitor. Blender Fist trying to get away from Chrono Shifty, but the Dark Binding will land. Now Tall Guy gonna get slowed up. The rest of OU Platinum is here. They will finally kill him off, but Blender Fist is just getting, you know, chased around by Chrono Shifty as United is one will take the Baron. No problem.
Yeah, definitely, it's not looking like. And
yeah,
Chrono Shifty looks like he's going to
slowly die to this one.
The Tormented Soil.
And the auto attack. Sentai Sage is here, and Piplup may have just walked into his death. Pillar of Ice, no escape. They will pick up Blender Fist as well, and United is one look to be ready to try and end this game.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of with WaterBear picking up that Bork is possibly he's just looking for movement speed. With the Trundle storming in on him and everybody having that large amount of movement speed from the Janna, he's just looking to peel.
Idea. Just try and self-peel when this Trundle comes in on you, but they're just going to ignore you while they take that inhibitor. Okay, well, that'll be that. But Chrono Shifty takes a lot of damage. Actually has to flash out. Stayed a little bit too long while the rest of his team backed away. Those rare moments where United is one is not United is one. Nice pillar to interrupt the culling.
But they do end up getting all three inhibs.
Yeah, that's all three inhibitors. Tall Guy teleports in just for good measure. Now they'll move towards the Elder Dragon, and that is going to be a problem for OU Platinum if they get this one. That's a 3-Dragon Elder. Chrono Shifty going to recall. Picks up his own Rabadon's Death Cap in order to go with his Ludens and his Zanyas. Now that them are gonna, if she didn't hurt before, definitely hurts now. And there's the Elder Dragon going over to United as one.
Look like everyone going back to base, getting their last little bit of buying done before we have one final team fight decide this.
Yeah. Oh man, OU Platinum, they are definitely on the ropes here. Of course, Ravenous Hydra and Sterak's Gauge for Tall Guy. That's a very strong 3-item core for the Camille. Alarcion, to his credit, is actually keeping up as far as items go with Tall Guy, but has not had the opportunity to stay in a solo lane nearly as much as he has. Is down 2 levels still as a result. This is gonna be, this might be it. OU Platinum are just contending with super minions streaming in from all three lanes. As United is one, they start. What are they doing? They're like 1-3 Trundle jacking off in the jungle.
something like that. Trundle is on his way though. He does have a lot of movement speed.
He's got Titanic Hydra, Black Cleaver, and that Jarun's Fist, which I assume will be either the will probably be the Sterak's Gauge. I don't see it very likely that it's a Frozen Mallet. Although it could be, not a bad idea. Tall Guy gonna use the hook shot, and Water Bear will come forward to punish him for it, but the Super Minions just streaming in will take down the Nexus Tower. They've caught a Larcia with the Dark Binding and the Pillar of Ice, gets caught by the hook shot, Elastic Sing Shot in there. They're gonna try and abduct somebody. Hover gonna get his ultimate interrupted. Skolden will snipe him down, but Skolden now has to back away because Beerus jumps onto him, and that's every one of United is one, all onto the same target. They Buster Shot in Piplup, but he had the Unbreakable Will, but it will not matter. The Nexus Tower falls, and United is one will take down the Nexus as well. OU Platinum falls.
That is definitely a lot. Skolden has a lot of wave clear, but when you pop the Baron Empowerment on those super minions, it definitely becomes hard for him to clear those out, and that allowed the entirety of United as one just to focus down everybody on OU. Just go for the kills and let the super minions take down the base.
Yep. So that will be United as one taking their victory. They will find themselves with a positive win rate at 3-2 after week 5. We're going to take a short break. We have one more game on the night. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018. We just saw United as One Platinum take down OU Platinum to go 3-2 in the first 5 weeks of OKLCS Spring. We have one more game for you tonight. It is between GSM, Gecko Slammed Armageddon, the Platinum Cat team, and Oklahoma Platinum Rush, which is, of course, the Platinum Cat team. So without further ado, go ahead and get into that game. This is, of course, the last game of the night. It is actually our featured matchup because this one is what determines who is in possession of first place in Platinum after the first 5 weeks.
Definitely a lot on the line.
Yeah, Gecko Slammed Armageddon are coming into this game 4-0. Oklahoma Platinum Rush at 3-1. But if they win, of course, they will elevate to 4-1 with the tiebreaker victory over GSM. All right, so it is, of course, GSM on the blue side up against Oklahoma Platinum Rush on the red side. Hold on, let's hold that thought because Trottler coming in with a gold card. Is he going to flash for it? No, they won't look for it.
No, it looks like they're looks like rotation downward on blue. I'm surprised they're not. Maokai is not running in a little bit farther, trying to get a little bit of deep vision in there.
Yeah, that is a good point. Let's take a look, see, find it. Okay, so as far as picks and bans go, in this game, on the blue side, GSM, they banned away Camille, Sejuani, and Echo from the side of Oklahoma Platinum Rush. They banned away Kane, Malzahar, and Tristana in the first rotation, and then in the second rotation, 2 mid laners by GSM, LeBlanc and Vladimir, although I guess you could argue Vladimir's more of a top laner now.
It's 50-50, it's comfort.
And then Morgana and Azir taken away by Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Alright, so we'll just see how this one goes. Waldo's picking up this Vi in the jungle, and in my opinion, I don't think Vi is a particularly strong jungler. It's good if it's like you're comfortable on it and it can snowball. But in general, it's just something that for a lot of reasons, professional players and people in high elo shy away from, just because it's not very consistent. It requires you to snowball to be very effective, and there are just other champions that do her job better.
Yeah, I find it interesting that Sejuani's been banned twice now. She did get a nerf to her Q. There is a longer cooldown on that.
Yeah, on the Arctic Assault, it does have a longer cooldown. You're right.
So I think it's interesting that it's picked up 2 bans, and they're both in the first phase. I'm assuming that's just because the amount of pressure that Sejuani has with that Arctic Assault, followed by her ultimate. I believe that's the Glacial Shroud. Is that correct?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
The Sejuani's ultimate. Glacial Shroud, yes.
I'm so sorry. I'm getting so distracted right now. Goodness. Well, okay. One more time.
All right. So. Just going along, find that Sejuani has still been banned even with her nerf. I'm assuming that just has to do with her stun potential with the Glacial Shroud, which is, I believe, the name of her ult.
I don't think so. You mean her ult, the Glacial Prison?
Prison, that's it. Shroud is
yeah, I think
Lissandras.
Sejuani is still always a good champion, just because of how much CC is in her kit. She'll always be very valuable in team fights. She will always offer that. Silver Hammer gonna get stunned up by the Dazzle from Silver Spade, but that'll be it. Lissandras actually is the Glacial Tomb, if I'm not mistaken, because Glacial Shroud is a item.
Oh, okay. It's too many glacial names.
Yeah, there
for
are
me.
too many. Like Braum is the Glacial Fisher.
Yeah.
I was like,
I knew it's not that one.
Come on, Riot. Think of some different icy words.
Let's get some original names
like
in here.
Iceberg. Iceberg Fisher.
Giant iceberg coming out of the ground.
Frosty Fisher.
There you go.
Call it the Frosty Fisher.
But it doesn't sound as oh.
There's a Shadow Dash in by Silver Hammer because here comes Emma Hudson. Naked Beekeeper gonna get rooted up, and Emma Hudson secures the kill. First blood for the auto attack. Black and Drake gonna come through. Silver Spade will have to flash away from that one. Naked Beekeeper didn't even burn summoners, trying to get away from that one. But Waldo gonna look for a return gank on a Trottler. He'll flash away. Gets the exhaust off. Gold card primed, but it will not be used.
Just scaring him off.
All right. So Chortler evades the gank from Waldo, whereas Naked Beekeeper's unable to do so on the side of Emma Hudson. Nice CC chain from Silverhammer and Windosaurus just to allow Emma Hudson to come in and help him out with the damage. Yeah, Emma Hudson actually, in addition to that successful gank, also has a 2-camp lead over Waldo as he recalls. Was the OU 1 game at 1 or a 2-0? It was a 2-1 in favor of United as OU did pick up one of those games in the series. Alright. Slowing down the game a little bit after those first initial ganks.
I'm really excited to see the movement potential on Trodelor. I am kind of like last week. I was excited to see the Talia. I'm excited again here to see the Twisted Fate. I love roaming mid laners. It just adds a level of excitement to the game, something you have to watch out for.
Yeah, a lot of the better mid laners in high elo solo queue, at least on the North American server, are those roaming mid laners. Talia, hold that thought. Is Trodeler going to get caught by the Vault Breaker? Waldo going to get stunned up by the gold card, but CC did land. Waldo just going to turn back onto the control ward. Seymour here to back up his jungler. Aurelion Sol and Talia are actually two of the better mid laners. And that may or may not be because of roams. Of course, AP item changes might have played a factor in that regard. Yeah, I enjoy watching Aurelion Sol. I enjoy watching Talia.
Yeah, I mean, come on, probably the best part about watching Aurelion Sol is just walk around the map, and then when he hits you with one of those little orbs, you just hear, and just that really deep voice, really deep dragon go, boop.
That's fun. Oh man, Trodelor's under a little bit of pressure in this mid lane. He's gonna Seymour is gonna be able to push into him. The Winds of War does offer a lot of pushing power for the Galio. Oklahoma good Platinum Rush looking at that Mountain Drake, but their jungler on the other side of the map, so maybe not. Maybe I just see them walking through the river and they don't really know what to do at this time.
Definitely a good pickup. Oh,
So Seymour gonna go in with the Justice Punch. He's gonna taunt on to Trodelor. The Winds of War comes out. Nicely done by Seymour, actually. He used the Winds of War, or the taunt to absorb most of the duration of that gold card.
I definitely think it was a good pickup by Seymour. There's a lot of early damage and burst potential onto squishy mages that Galio has, especially with his passive. And so, especially with as immobile mage like Twisted Fate, it's really easy to land those combos on. So it was a good pickup by Seymour and GSM just to find a counter. Well, I mean, not really that it's that hard to find a counter to Twisted Fate, but
We'll
find
have
an effective
comparable roaming power as well as more lane priority than the Twisted Fate. So
exactly.
Definitely not a bad idea. You're right.
Not finding something that's not going to lose out in either potential.
Beekeeper, just clearing out some control wards for GSM. What's going on? Echo through time has gone for the Glacial Augment Swain at top lane. I've seen Glacial Augment Swain just get the autos off and slow them up, make it easier for you to land your abilities. Like that. Alright.
Then you take a soul fragment while you're at it. Just a little bit of a trade here, bot lane, you know. Throwing Varus, Varus arrows thrown out. I don't remember that. What is his W? It's not the piercing arrows.
The W,
it's rain of arrows.
The W is the passive. If I'm not mistaken. Because the Q is.
Oh, is the E? What's E?
Hail of arrows.
Hail, not rain. Hail.
Rain. It's a different type of precipitation.
It just only slightly. Only slightly.
It's just like they're the same thing. It's just one of them is colder than the other.
Just slightly. But no. Yeah, that's right. His W is the blight stacks.
Yeah.
That is correct.
It's over him. He wants to find the Shadow Dash. Okay, so this is the other thing we didn't talk about is the Shen support, which I think we talked about it at some point, but I don't think Shen support is particularly strong at the moment. I think it's like a nice thing to have because you have the potential for the Stand United and you have the Shadow Dash, but it's just not as reliable. Oh, hold on a second. Destiny gonna come through. Nice Shadow Dash flash from Silverhammer. We'll get onto Naked Beekeeper. They're gonna get a good taunt or a stun up from Silver Spade. The Chain of Corruption is spreading with a Feather Storm coming through. Naked Beekeeper gonna flash or get summon a heal. Silverhammer does go down to the first kill of the fight. Chortler gonna flash away. Nice Blade Caller from Windosaurus. Waldo now taking some damage. The hero's entrance coming through will knock up multiple members, but they get the Justice Punch onto one. And who will it be? It's Echo Through Time going down after the teleport. It's a 1-4-2 in favor of GSM.
There's a lot of damage going down there. Trottler also really lucky to come out of there with his life. I'm surprised Windosaurus actually survived as well. He was chopped up in there for a while, just held in place. I'm guessing they were just more focused on Silverhammer at the time.
Yeah. Silverhammer does end up going down. He had the Stand United available, but since he was the first to fall, obviously couldn't use it.
And that might be one of the reasons why they targeted. An early Shen, especially his support, is very squishy and extremely easy to kill off. Whenever he doesn't have the Spirit's Refuge.
Yep. Definitely not bad. The Spirit's Refuge is another good benefit of having a Shen on your team, but if that's the case, you're really maybe it allows you to get a different top laner in your team, but it's costing you the possibility of having a different support, like Braum, who is very reliable. Glacial Fissure and Unbreakable are all both very powerful that are a lot less difficult to use compared to the Spirit's Refuge. And of course, Concussive Blows is just so easy to use. Just auto somebody once and then you're almost guaranteed to have a stun off fairly soon there. Shadow Dash is a lot harder to hit on multiple people. And then the other one is like Taric, for example. Silver Spade has the Taric. You have the Cosmic Radiance. You have the shields that you can kind of spam on people almost. Yes. As the game goes on, you have spammable heals, which is 100% going to happen.
And then it also changes the direction that the stun is going to come from, because it comes from you and then your Bastioned ally.
So, as it is right now, it's a 600 gold lead in favor of Oklahoma Good Diamond Rush. Mostly is that discrepancy between Emma Hudson and Waldo in the jungle. 77 to 51 CS as it is right now. Plus the fact that he's 2-0. Seymour going to go for the Justice Punch on the Trottler. Going to taunt him up, but he gets gold carded into the tower. Will get the Aftershock damage off. They trade relatively evenly because of that tower shot. The Vault Breaker being jumped. He's going for the Raptors. I thought he was looking for a gank, but then I saw where he was on the map.
Also, he could totally Vault Break over two walls. Yeah, 100%.
But the thing about Vi is, yes, you can lock down one target, but you put yourself very deep to do so if it's on a squishy target. Of course.
It is definitely good if they're out of place. So if you find that squishy target and they're out of place and they're out of line, you might not be going as deep. So there is that benefit.
Plus the other thing about her is that her primary damage ability outside of Assault and Battery is the Vault Breaker, obviously. But in order to kill a squishy, you have to do so much more, including auto attack because of the Denting Blows passive. Which means that if you're going deep, you're very likely not going to be able to do meaningful damage because you just get CC'd and die. But both junglers hanging around this bottom side, both mid laners also tempting fate with their ultimates. Ready to go for this. This is going to be an explosive fight if anyone is ballsy enough to engage it.
OGR did see the Vi. There was a ward there on the other side of that. I don't know about the Galio, but I assume.
I mean, they know. They have to know.
With Trottler there on the side, he had to have known that Galio was roaming bot side.
And then also in this game in particular, Windosaurus can just cancel Assault and Battery altogether. If he knows that he's the target, he just presses the R, the ultimate will dissipate, and you're just like, oh well, now I'm kind of stuck in the middle of everything, and now I'm gonna die. Of course, you could always use it on Trottler, but Trottler has the stopwatch. He's going to have the Zhonya's surely fairly soon. Oh, that's a bad face check there from Naked Beekeeper. He's going to get the Cosmic Radiance off. Windosaur's going to get exhausted. Silver Spade just playing zone. Will allow Naked Beekeeper to survive.
Good job there by Silver Spade to keep him alive. The Cosmic Radiance was popped almost instantly as soon as he saw that engage from Silverhammer.
So the one thing I think Waldo could do in this game is, hold on a second, they're not going to go for that. No, never move. The one thing I think you could do is you could use your ultimate onto the Swain or the Jarvan as he goes deep onto your team. and allow you and give Naked Beekeeper a little bit more space. Oh, that's not good. Destiny comes out, Stand United as well. Naked Beekeeper, nothing to get away from it this time. He's just trying to kite as best he can, but he will be going down. Windosaurus picks up the kill.
Silverhammer not wanting to taunt in there, not wanting to deal any extra damage, just trying to get that kill over to his carries.
Yeah, nicely done. But yeah, that's, I think, was going to be the extent of Waldo's effectiveness in this game. Ooh, that's a good twisted advance on the Silverhammer, forces him to take some damage, but no more follow-up on the side of GSM.
Twisted Fate is a little bit low on mana, as well as Windosaurus, but I mean, Twisted Fate can just stack up with the blue card, but I just saw him use a yellow, so it looks like he is going to finish that back and head on to base. He does have a Rod of Ages already completed, and that is stacking. So
Yeah, 2 Rod of Ages actually on the side of OGR, 1 on the side of GSM.
And then Swain also just picked up 1 as well here on his last back.
Yep.
That's going to make it a lot harder. The Rod of Ages on the Twisted Fate is going to make it a lot harder for the Vi to come in and assassinate.
Especially a Vi that's as behind as he is. He hasn't even finished his Warrior Enchant at this point, which is at the point where you're very behind. Emma Hudson up 33 CS compared to Waldo. That's about 8 camps worth of farm.
It is a lot. Enough to be really worrisome.
Yeah.
There's not a level differential, but
Not yet, but yeah, this is the problem with Vi. When you're behind, when you can't make those ganks work early on, then you become more and more not useful.
not. Yes, I can tell you're trying not to say useless, but yeah, you just start to lose your pressure. There, you don't have the assault and battery diving in. It just doesn't become as useful if you're trying. Twisted Advance up in the top lane onto Echo Through Time. Not a lot, just a little bit of trade.
There's nobody for GSM up in this top lane to help Levi, so really no chance of killing Echo Through Time whatsoever. Rift Herald's going to be going down in favor of OGR as well.
Echo Through Time just constantly landing those Never moves, pulling soul fragments out of Levis.
This is boring. No, I don't want to watch top lane anymore.
But it's no, I used to main top lane a couple seasons ago, and I played nothing but Shen and Maokai, so this is what I was used to, and
This is as engaging as it gets, isn't it?
it's what I'm used to. Actually, there's a lot of things.
Oh, hold on a second. Now
Oh.
Waldo gonna try again onto Echo Through Time. Flash
There's a
Twisted
flash.
Advance comes through. The Vault Breaker gonna be used after the double snare comes through. Assault and Battery gonna be popped, but Echo Through Time is still relatively healthy, going kind of low now, but he's getting a lot of sustain. He's gonna be under tower now. Waldo tanking tower, has the Vault Breaker away, and Echo Through Time just pushes them away.
Ultimate from Swain there being used really well, getting a lot of HP back and allowing him to survive that gank.
Trodelord now getting found by Seymour. We'll just throw out the gold card back away. Justice Punch gonna land. Another taunt gonna come through. Seymour does have the Winds of War now. Trodelord is in a difficult spot, but no more abilities. And now Seymour getting collapsed on because Emma Hudson is here. Black and Drake flashed away from. Our first blood goes down in favor of Oklahoma Platinum Rush in the bottom lane.
That'd be with the help of that Rift Herald there,
Oh,
picked up by Emma Hudson. I was wondering, he's not bot lane, but then I saw they did pull the Rift Herald down there. He was the one that picked up that turret.
Yeah, he went down, pot the Rift Herald, and then walked up to help Trodelord and actually burned the flash from Seymour. So nicely done by Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Naked Beekeeper doesn't even have the Gwynsu's Rage Blade yet. Windosaurus, with that 1 kill and the 2 assists to his name, does have the Essence Reaver and the Mercury Spreads. Just trying to avoid the CC lock from Silver Spade, from Seymour, from Levy. Seymour just continuing to shove in onto Trodelor. Things are going to slow down a little bit.
And I guess the Vi, still has a little bit of viability here later. If she,
Viability.
yeah, viability.
yeah.
I did that completely unknowingly. Anyway, but coming in when she does hold on to someone, it does give Naked Beekeeper a good chance to land ultimate as well. There is ultimate chaining that can be had when finding someone who's out of place. So even though Waldo is a little bit behind and doesn't look like there's going to be much happening there. There is
Waldo's gonna try for this mid lane. Gonna flash. Ooh, good flash from
trade
Chortler.
flashes. But no, there is going to be, as long as there is going to be a chance for picking with Waldo, even though it is very behind right now.
Yeah, definitely is the case. Levis is gonna twist the defense just to push Echo through time away after it gets never moved. Back to watching bot lane. Oh, hold on a second. Stan United going in onto Emma Hudson as he goes in. There's the Cataclysm onto Seymour, but he's got the Cosmic Radiance getting ready to pop up. They're going very low. Not very low, but
Not
there's
really.
some damage coming down onto Oklahoma Platinum Rush, but he flag and drags back in. Echo through time, just trying to push away Levi. Oklahoma Platinum Rush back away. That's the Taric ultimate down, but they still got the Varus ultimate, but Naked Beekeeper is in the bottom side. Justice Punch not going to land. The Vault Breaker, and he taunts up two. Flag and drag comes in from Emma Hudson, but Waldo at the back side. Silver Spade taking a lot of damage from Windosaurus. Windosaurus is just going wild. Chain of Corruption comes out. It's running throughout Oklahoma Platinum Rush, but Waldo is the first one to fall. Flag and drag coming out, and Levi has teleported down. Dazzle is going to go in. They're going to find Silverhammer with a taunt. Do they have the damage? No, he gets the shield. He flashes out. Windosaurus rips the feathers through them, and GSM lose one, but they finally take down Silverhammer. 1 for 2 in favor of Oklahoma Platinum Rush.
There are a lot of low health bars there. Windosaurus being a little over half HP, and that is the highest coming out of that fight. There were a lot of kills. They just could not finish them off.
GSM, Naked Beekeeper wasn't there at the start of the fight, so the Chain of Corruption came in late. He wasn't able to get as much damage off, and since he was walking up through the river, his Gwynsu's Rage Blade was obviously not stacked up either by the time that fight was over.
Oh, it's just a farm. He's not looking to do anything aggressive. Twisted Fate just running down to the bot lane, picking up that wave.
Hudson going for the good old Bruiser Jarvan build where you go the Warrior into Black Cleaver. Waldo actually mirroring on his side, to his credit. Warrior into Black Cleaver is gonna give him a little bit of utility as far as the armor shred goes, but really not a lot of physical damage sources on the side of GSM, especially with the on-hit Varus doing a large part magic damage.
And there it is, right there. Jarvan just picked up.
Black Cleaver.
Well, there, yeah, the Black Cleaver there, and then, as well as his first piece of MR coming out.
It looks like he's building towards the Locket of the Iron Solari.
Possibly. The only thing I could see that being is a no, it doesn't look. Just looks like, you know, the usual banter around top lane. But it looks. The only thing I could think of that also being is just with the two items there.
Yeah. ZZ Rot.
No, it could possibly be a ZZ Rot, but I doubt that coming from a Jarvan. If he was building full tank, I wouldn't be surprised. I can't. Oh, the name escapes me. Pop it and you get excess health.
Oh, Stoneplate. You're right. You're right. I
That's
totally
the only
forgot
thing
about
that I could think of, but on Jarvan, it looks like he is building Bruiser, so I don't necessarily think he would be building the Gargoyle Stoneplate.
It could be. It could be a lot of things, but the V's gonna get pulled in by Echo through time yet again.
Actually didn't get the pull off.
Yeah, he didn't get it out of vision. Couldn't right click him after the root ended. Unlucky.
A sad days. I definitely like the fact that the Never move, whenever it comes back, it follows Swain.
Yeah,
it's
so
not.
You can kind of like maneuver yourself around it.
Exactly. I definitely like that. It definitely is something that makes him a little more versatile. Because it's not like Graves with his Q, it just sits there and then falls back no matter where Graves moves.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Black Cleaver finished off for Waldo as well. Still only 1 tower to 0. 3.3k gold about just in favor of Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Oh, Chain of Corruption used onto Chortler. Chortler is taking a lot of damage. The exhaust goes down on the Naked Beekeeper Waldo, looking for the Assault and Battery, but no range, and Chortler will be able to walk it out.
I'm curious to see if it would have been just a few more seconds. Waldo's flash is just about up. I'm curious to see if he would have flashed in on that.
Well, in any case, they do successfully push away the mid laner, and it will be GSM picking up a tower in the mid lane as a result.
That does even out the tower score coming out now. But you got to be careful because top lane tower is getting ready to fall for GSM.
Right, yeah. Just standing gold for Oklahoma Platinum Rush in that top lane. Sending Echo, they're lane swapping now. Echo through time sent to the bottom lane while Windosaurus and Silverhammer pushing up that top lane. Hudson secures the Scuttle Crab and now moves forward to secure vision for his team in that area.
Levis doesn't quite have TP yet, so if they do force him to back, that is a free tower.
Yeah, and look, he's already only built MR at this point to match up against Echo through time. Now Windosaurus is going to be able to do a decent chunk of damage. Not too much because he himself doesn't have a whole lot of damage, just the 2 crit item combo, but no Infinity Edge.
No, it is Maokai though, so he is just extremely tanky as is,
Yeah,
and he
naturally.
will regen some of that health with his passive. It looks like he was about to finish his armor item and getting a Sunfire Cape, but only was able to finish the Balmy Cinder first.
This is going to go for that Sunfire Cape, it looks like, as a second item after the Spirit Visage. Mercury's Treads to try and avoid some of those CC chains from Gold Card, from the Taunt, from Echo through time landing a Never Move.
And then the Flag and Drag as well.
Well, but Tenacity doesn't reduce
Oh, that's right, it
knockups.
doesn't reduce knockup, it's just blows, root, stuns.
Yeah. Waldo coming up top to support Levi's. Hudson going to get Justice punched in by Seymour, taunted up. Silver Spade going to try and chain the taunt, but it's cut off by Trodler with the gold card. Naked Beekeeper was in the area looking for the Chain of Corruption. They won't find anything, and now GSM, they have to walk around the long way to get back to that tower, and that means Windosaurus and Silverhammer are going to get a little bit of time with it, possibly?
No, looks like Maokai is there to defend.
I don't know if he can stop them from taking that tower under his nose if they can get the wave there.
No, he needs already half mana right now.
Oh, Waldo is here, though. Silverhammer is already in there, has the Shadow Dash out. Oh, the Destiny being used. There's Silverhammer going to get rooted up, but there's the Cataclysm from Emma Hudson. Immediately flashed away by Waldo, but Levis is now the focus. The Stand United comes through. Windosaurus tanking tower is well back away, and Oklahoma Platinum Rush pick up the tower in the top.
There's good rotation on the side of Oklahoma Platinum. Just getting onto that top lane tower, using the Twisted Fate ultimate, running over there. Oh, the OP double ward in the Baron pit.
Oh, man.
Just like communication. Everybody does it.
It happens.
Everybody does it, but I love it. It's definitely something I giggle at every time I see it, no matter what.
Yeah, when I'm like playing with an ADC in solo queue and we both ward the brush, we're like, oops.
Oopsies. But no, it is unavoidable.
Oh, and you were right. It is the stone plate for Emma Hudson.
Oh, really? It was. I mean, it doesn't.
You say that surprised, you're like, there's no way I could have been right.
I was
Waldo
like,
goes for the attempted steal, but here comes the assault and battery onto Echo through time, but the Stand United cancels it out. Seymour goes in with the hero's entrance, chaunts up 2, and now Silverhammer is the only one remaining. He's gonna be so good Shadow Dash or dodge away. He will be able to make it out. Trodler now gonna have to back away. Gold card thrown down. Nobody goes down, and it is the Dragon over to Oklahoma Platinum Rush.
No, Shen just barely getting out of there with the locket. No, honestly, I honestly did not think it was going to be the stone plate onto the Jarvan. I thought it was going to be.
Oh my God, it was.
I was
right. I wasn't.
I was like,
wrong.
I was right. I'm just used to thinking things a little bit ahead of time, and then be like, oh, this is a good idea. And no, but no, it's that caster's curse kind of thing. Like, I think it's going to be this.
Oh man, GSM, they're going for the ballsy Baron play. They know there's no vision on the pit itself, but on the side of Oklahoma Platinum Rush, Emma Hudson is hanging around the area looking. They know that it's happening. There's the Swain seeing the vision there. Seymour going to taunt him all up. He's going to go for the Winds of War on Emma Hudson to Justice Punch onto them. He's going to look, but he has no taunt. Here comes the Maokai Ultimate. Windosaurus on a killing spree. He takes down Seymour. They got Cataclysm on Emma Hudson, but he's taunted up. And now Naked Beekeeper goes in. Gonna back away. Double kill over to Windosaurus. Waldo on the run. Levis is running out there. Triple kill over to Windosaurus. Silver Spade gonna get gold carded. It's gonna be a quadra kill for Windosaurus. Destiny comes through. Levy is just gonna stand there. He's gonna be the good guy, and it is gonna be the pentakill for the ADC of Oklahoma Platinum Rush.
And looks like they are gonna turn that into the Baron after all.
Why wouldn't you? It was a 1-4-5. The ace is still in effect, and Oklahoma Platinum Rush will pick up the Baron. Slowly.
Very slowly, but they'll get that. But no, going back to that last team fight, Vi was actually extremely effective because he got the heroic entrance on it. That was definitely why Vi did not. If you noticed in this fight, Vi went in and not immediately, but very quickly got burst down. In the last fight, there was the heroic entrance on with that damage reduction.
Yeah. So not nearly as effective as the last fight.
Yeah, that's why Vi was not. It seems as if Vi was not as effective because heroic entrance is just about to come up right now.
Oh, that is really unfortunate. Also, Seymour, I don't think Seymour was in a position to really make use of it because he was surrounded by the members of
That is true as well.
Oklahoma Platinum Rush.
He was trying more to zone as opposed to the heroic entrance is better whenever you're just out of the way and you need to get to the fight.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think there was a slight misplay by Seymour and a lot of miscommunication on the side of GSM. Seymour used his taunt onto one person, and then later on, while it was on cooldown, he was in a position to taunt 3 or 4 people. So that fight could have been turned very effectively if that taunt had been on multiple people. Additionally, Seymour was playing a zone, which is correct. You want to keep the enemy jungler out of the pit, but there was no way GSM was doing it fast enough. And
they should have just backed out, especially after
either they should have
got that
backed
first
out,
kill.
Either they should have backed out, or they should have at least tried to go for the fight. They do have a very good team fight with Varus and with Galio, and with Maokai, if they can land their abilities. But at this point, they're so far behind now.
And I don't remember.
Windosaurus is popping off. Oh, their Flag and Drag comes in. They knock up Naked Beekeeper. Cataclysm comes through. Cosmic Radiance isn't in time. And Silver Spade says he's going to walk away with his invulnerability. Locket comes out, but he will get double killed by Windosaurus.
Echo in time just bullying Seymour down in the bottom lane, pushing him off this tower. It looks like there is going to possibly get 3 towers right away.
This is going to be an inhibitor for Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Waldo can't do anything.
Brodolor in the top lane getting that turret as well.
And the Destiny coming through. Shadow Dash in onto Leave It. There's the Maokai ultimate just trying to zone him away. The Blade Caller does not land, but it will be the inhibitor for Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Echo through time, meanwhile, got that bottom lane inhibitor tower with the help of the Baron minions. Silverhammer gonna go for the Shadow Dash in. Waldo charging at the Vault Breaker, but he messes it up! The Featherstorm used immediately just by reflex, but Waldo with a big mechanical misplay.
And this is a big Baron already.
Waldo gonna go for the Assault and Battery. The hero's entrance onto him, but the Stand United comes on. They actually have shut down Windosaurus! Now they're gonna on the run. Silverhammer gonna get cut off at the ankles. Echo through time, running over the side. Emma Hudson running away as well. They lost their bottom lane. GSM pull off a base defense. They avoid losing all 3 inhibitors.
That is definitely good. They've already lost 6 turrets and 2 inhibs to this Baron. Because if I remember correct, there were both the second tier up in top, mid, and bot lane, and they just ran it all the way down into their base.
Looking for the gold card. Not going to be enough damage to kill off the Wits End Naked Beekeeper. Now with Waldo in the backside, he might have made a mistake here. Gold card being used. He's just trying to be threatening, but the piercing arrow comes through, and Naked Beekeeper takes him down. A little bit greedy by the mid laner of Oklahoma Platinum Rush to stay really at all after his entire team had recalled and 2 people died.
Yeah, just a little bit. Now that leaves Baron on 2. It won't be on there for much longer, I don't believe. But they
do still have 2 inhibitors down and 1 inhibitor just naked there on the top lane.
You don't necessarily need Baron when you have 2 inhibitors down, so take the 3rd inhibitor. But, I mean, it helps.
Oh yeah, for sure. Alright, Dragon spawning in 25 seconds, and it is going to be the Infernal Dragon. Very valuable for either of these 2 teams. Windosaur's going to pick up his own red buff.
I'm saying GSM definitely looking like they want to contest this. I don't know if they can, just being so far behind, but it looks like they're going to give it their best shot. There is no difference in the jungler levels, so Waldo could dash in there and go in for a smite steal.
Waldo looking for the steal possibility. GSM all walking in here. Levy is on the bottom side. Could look for the flank, but they've got to deal with Echo through time, who is there. Red card popped onto Silver Spade. The Cosmic Radiance comes through, but they do not engage with it. Just used to disengage, but now it's a problem. Seymour separated. Gold card comes out, but Chortler now a little too far forward. Shadow Dash flash misses from Silverhammer. He will get dazzled up. They go for the Vault Breaker in, then the hero's entrance. Waldo goes for the Assault and Battery. He knocks up 3, but he can't find anybody. The Featherstorm coming through. They rip the feathers out. Silverhammer has taken down Waldo, Naked Beekeeper doing what he can, but it's not a lot. The Spirit's Refuge just absorbs all of his auto attacks. Double kill to Silver Spade. Windosaurus gonna get caught by some Seymour, but the Stand United will keep him safe. And Levi is the last remaining member of GSM, and he will get down by Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Echo Through Time wasn't even there. He's just taking down the Nexus Towers with the help of the Super Minions in all 3 lanes. And it will be Oklahoma Platinum Rush taking down GSM for the first time. And it will be them going to week 6 as the #1 team in Platinum Capped.
They were just so far ahead. OGR was just so far ahead in that fight. They could take that over even after the Baron had gone, or the Drake had gone down as a 4v5, and just let Echo Through Time wallop through the top inhib and take the base.
All right, but you know, in spite of all that, I think like there were very good good feats of strength from both sides
Definitely.
in this game. There were some really good plays by GSM as well as Oklahoma Platinum Rush.
Oh, definitely. There was a extremely really good fight with Waldo's Engage, followed by the heroic entrance down at the Drake pit. Just to, I believe it was the
like
last
they were
Drake.
definitely like communicating well. I just don't think that the comp really came together for them.
No, and the gold lead didn't help either. But it was very well fought. They definitely showed signs of life, and just happened at I think at the Baron fight is where just everything went wrong.
All right, so that will be Oklahoma Platinum Rush taking down GSM. GSM with their first loss in the split. They are going to I'm sorry, no. What am I trying to say? They are no longer in sole possession of first place, and they will have to take a win next week. And Oklahoma Platinum Rush will have to lose next week for them to regain it. But you know, it's still, I mean, not early, but like still got quite a bit of the split to go. Every win matters. They still have the opportunity to push forward for the higher seeds. In any case, that will be it for us at Platinum Capped. As a reminder, Ironman, by the way, versus Reign of Kings Platinum did occur, but it did occur on the previous patch. We weren't able to show it. Ironman, by the way, did take the victory over Reign of Kings Platinum. Let me make sure that that's the case before I say something that's completely wrong. Yes, Ironman, by the way, did take down Reign of Kings Platinum this week. So that is going to be it for us. That's the end of Platinum Capped Week 5 as well as Week 5 in general. Hope to see you on Sunday at 1 o'clock p.m. for the Gold Cap stream of Week 6 of OKLCS Spring 2018. And of course, 6 o'clock that night for Diamond Capped and 6 o'clock on Monday for Platinum Capped. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope to see you next weekend and have a good night.